Hat. Right. Okay. So let's catch up. It's not hot in here at all. Right. Social media, is it catching up? There's a few on now. Evening all, Lee Ashby here, Motocross and Speedway Memories. Going for 3 nights on the trot for the first time ever, even in a couple of years. Woo, sweating out. Hey mate. Hello Phil, how's it going? Hope you're all good. Any of you, before we get Javi in, I'm going to send him the email in a second. Just to let you know, any of you guys on Facebook, look, there's one there just to show you. So Phil's there that you can see his profile and his name. If you don't register your profile, it will come up with just Facebook user like that. So basically, you would have to come out of here in the post before you go into the video. Just click on the link in the actual post, then it gives your Facebook permission to use your profile, basically, and then you come up there like that. Oh, I know, mate. I'm sweating out. Hello, Frank. Should be good. Love it. Thank you very much. Yeah, it should be good, hopefully. Hi there. There you go. My missus has put in a comment for a few of you. Hi, Mark. There it is there. Look, you can do it even in the post. Before you come in the video, you can click on it and register. Or she's put a couple of comments, look, in the thing where you can click on it to register your name as well, so that I can see who I'm talking to, who I quote to Javi. Hopefully it's all going to be good. Hello, Dave. Davey there. Raymond, good evening. Looking a bit warm. Yeah, just a bit. Also, big thanks to Leo in from Owen Developments. You'll see on the thing here and in behind, look. There's his website going across the bottom of the screen, www.owendevelopments.co.uk. He is the turbocharger supplier. I will, buddy. Hopefully we'll all be good when we come on. I was just saying to everyone, I've got my ice packs. Roll-offs. Sprays. Because I've not got ear things on tonight. We blow it up. Right, let me send my email off to Javi, and then hopefully we'll get the man on. Right, the email has been sent. Right, the email's gone. So we'll be waiting for our man to come in now. Hello, the legend himself, Mr. Barney Kellett. How are you going, Barney? Yeah, I am. I literally sort of come up quite late as well, so I sort of been roughing around, which not helped myself. I lost track of the time a little bit, and then I was like, oh shit, it's like 7:45. Running around with a laptop, ran up here to the room. Hey Craig, looking forward to this one. Great last night with more, all the best. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. James, hello. Yes, it was. King Floppy's been on. Snap with the spray. Glad you're all doing it. Hi Lee. Here with Barney and Linda tonight, drinking wine, so it could be lively. Oh, hello. Good job I'm not sniffing that. Sniff the bar mat. Hopefully Javier come on. I'll just check my WhatsApp just to see make sure he hasn't messaged me or anything on there. I'm going to just message him on text now. Ooh, I've sent email, buddy. Right, so got me questions. Hopefully you guys are going to be raining in me yours. Got some beautiful pictures to show as well. Done plenty of prep today. Not a bad one. There you go, Barney. Of course, Canterbury legend. Still love that that billboard picture there was, wasn't it? Didn't you say it was in metal? It was up on the Used to use it for promotion or something, because I remember putting it up on the screen as well for your interview. We'll have to do a part 2 as well, Barney. Hi, Craig. How's it going? Yeah, I've spoke to Bomber. He'll be. I'm definitely going to rearrange that one with Bomber. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to speak to me this week. Flipping bit of a nightmare going on there with the old wild card for the GP and that. And obviously, I'm sure Bomber wasn't too impressed. Paul, evening me, pizza ready, beers on the cold. Looking forward to it. Well, I hope Gary's on his way. Hi, Simon. I can see you. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. No, that was the wrong one. I just clicked on. James has just put looking forward to this one. Heavy, what a rider. Great character as well. Glad you're all good, Craig. Still going to have to take up your offer before the end of the season to come down on a Monday night as well to the Wolves. Do like a trip down there as well. Who do you think will win? Cardiff? Ooh, I'm going to ask Javi that as well. Kevin's asking me a question. You might see that's his flag in the background. He's going to have that at Cardiff. So if you see Kevin down at Cardiff with our Save Our Abbey Stadium for the Swindon Robins, give him a chat. We're hopefully trying to chase up some news on the stadium and things like that, trying to be keep it loud and proud out there, and hopefully we get some info. Who will win Cardiff? Good point. Very good point. Who does everyone think? Hello, Gary. Yeah, I think a few thought that. Yeah, exactly. World War III over Facebook over wildcard. Imagine first question and everyone would be asking. I'd be like, yeah, it wouldn't be a good week for Bomber to be on here. Right, where's Javi? Hopefully he's playing with some mod cons. Hello, Rich. To see Rich come on, need to get on Marlene, Silver, Stendon, Nielsen, Lee. Yes, I do. Do you know what? I haven't had many of the Swindon legend guys on. I sort of did that purposely to start with, thinking, oh, everyone's going to just do that. If I just do that, I was sweating out. If I just do Swindon Rose, it's going to be obvious that I'm a Swindon fan, etc., which obviously everyone knows anyway. But then it's ended up I haven't done hardly any now. I did a Skype an hour with Lee Adams when he got up really early in Australia for me. I have spoken to him recently as well, trying to get him on a live, but it's not easy with the whole time difference and everything in Australia. But I did do one with Thing. I did do one with Roscoe. But I have spoken to Peter Narling, and he said he would do one. Andrew Silver, I was trying to get him to do one. He wasn't too keen. Haven't spoke to Eric Stenland. Obviously, some of you will know, very sad about with Jimmy Nielsen and his son in America. So I have asked Jimmy to do an interview, but obviously it's not a good time at the moment. So I'm not really chasing Jimmy too soon at the moment. So much love to the Nielsen family over there in America where they live now. So yeah, Brigger would be good, wouldn't he? Do you know what? I haven't actually got a contact for Brigger. I don't know if he's spoken to my uncle in a while or. I would love to bring many riders back, Dave, including my dad. Wish I had an interview on here recorded that I could done one with my dad years ago. But I am coming to the GP this weekend, Craig, but still trying to sort out how I'm getting there yet because all the trains are cancelled to Cardiff from Swindon, which is horrendous because it was going to be just a cheeky hour on the train. Could go there and have some fun. Now that, so where is Javi then? Sent him the email, just making sure the email's gone to Javi. Let's check up, see where this email's gone. Yeah, that definitely went. Hope Javi ain't forgot about it. Yeah, it's a fair walk. I don't fancy walking. Look, we've got nearly 100 people on live already. Javi's been excluded for the 2-minute time allowance already. So we've got a bit of time to do some ice packs and that. Maybe I should just stick it around my neck. Woo. I was using these flipping things for back and all that. Yeah. If I leave after, as soon as this is finished, I might make it. Who's this? Carl Lids. Can I wish Bernie Collier, Middlesbrough, and Bellevue Colts a very happy birthday for yesterday? Yes, you can. Very happy birthday to Bernie Collier. I'm gathering. Middlesbrough and Bellevue Colts. I hope not. Yeah, that's a good show. Yes, that'd be good, Craig. Hopefully, we're not rushing back too quick either after. Got a message off Kevin, who I'm going with. He kindly got me a ticket actually for my birthday. When Kevin Wheelu does my motocross meeting, motocross and spear memory reunion meeting so far. We got a meeting at the end of October, 29th and 30th as well in Bromsbury in Gloucester. Yeah, he got me a ticket. Put your ice pack under your cap, Lee. Don't normally get me air out. Always got me out on backwards. Since I was a teenager, started that trend at motocross. Got some pictures of me at motocross with me cap backwards. Before the kids thought it was cool to do it, and I'm still doing it now. many years later. Right, where is Javi then? What's he doing? I just sent him another message going, Javi, we're on live. Let's go, Javi. Yeah, exactly, Paul. That's what I'm anticipating. I did do at some point, if any of you guys didn't see it, about a year or a year and a half ago, before I did these live ones, I did a Skype video with Javi as well. And that was hilarious. So funny. He was vaping. he was doing all sorts when he was talking to me. But he does certainly tell it real, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to be looking for a guest in a minute. I'll be on the phone to a guest to say, all right, look, number one's pulled out. Can you get here? He wouldn't remember that when he rode for Bradford, they used to have practice nights, and one night my bike was playing up, and Gary and Tron Ryan repaired it for me. Oh, nice. Yeah, you didn't turn up. Give your uncle a call. Did try that one as well. Did message me auntie and said because I speak to Martin, but I didn't get a reply on that one. A bit old fashioned, but should someone call him? Yeah, probably me. Right, hang on. Don't know if I should do this live. Should I, Dave? Oh God. We'll be having a live interview over the phone if I ring him. He'll probably do that. Oh, it's tonight, is it? I did message him last night. I did message him last night. Oh, call back failed. Oh dear. Don't tell me his phone's dead as well. Oh, come on, Abby. Let's see if I can. Where is the man? Yeah, I did text him last night and just confirm that it was all good. So hopefully he's all right. Oh, hello. Right, here he is. Oh, he's messaged me back. Have you got a link so my mum can listen? Well, I need you to come on so we can all listen. Or it's not happening. He's replied now. I'm going to say to him, you can go on Facebook. My motocross and Speedway memories on YouTube. I've emailed you link to interview. His mum. He just put his mum's 83. What could she go on? Damn, yeah, that's a good point. Let's say, let's go this YouTube, Facebook page or group or Twitter. Yeah, we get Floppy. You're gonna have to come in a minute for a guest appearance. Barney Kennett is available. Yeah, he's trying to get me to sort him out how we can get his mum to see it. He just said, and I just said, is anyone with her? Because I said you can go on live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter to watch it. Let me just send him a picture of what the group looks like as well. Bummer. If he'd have said to me earlier, I could have tried to have sorted something with someone to. I've sent him that as well. Hopefully, hopefully he can come on. It's been excluded anyway. Come on, Avi, we got 100 on live waiting for you. Hopefully he's going to come on now, but he's been trying to sort out for his yeah, tomorrow on YouTube. That's a good point, actually. I could just say to him, I'm going to put it will be recorded to YouTube as well, so can watch the whole thing after or tomorrow, etc. Not sure who that is, but you've still got some time. Some of you guys that have not registered on the Facebook, look, so you can see like Barney has like that. So basically, any of you guys tomorrow on YouTube, you put that. Hi Lee, God, I think that means good to see you again. Come on. Any of you guys like that, you can just come out of this video, literally click on the link in the post first, then you just give your Facebook permission, and then it puts your profile up like that, so that I can see you like Paul there. You should get him and John Davis together. It should be gold. Yeah, it would. Any of you didn't see a couple of parts I did with John Davis, that was crazy. Woo! That's lovely, that is ice. Hello, Darren. You haven't missed anything yet? We're waiting for Javi to come on. Hopefully he's going to come on. Hi, hiya. I'll be ready very soon, Javi's just said. I don't think he was ready. I said he's excluded for the 2-minute time allowance. I think he's excluded for the 20-minute time allowance. Who's who, boy? Who do this? Get Davis on again for part 3. Definitely could do a part 2 with Mr. Barney Kennett for sure. Evening, Stephen. You haven't missed anything. Just waiting. Oh, yeah. Javi's just put, I need to download Google Chrome. Google Chrome? Google Chrome. Oh, brilliant. He said he's getting ready. He's downloading Google Chrome. Yeah, we're just waiting for Avi. No worries. Yes, I did speak to him on the phone a while back, and some of you might have seen in the Speedway Star that you can pre-book his autobiography now. So he did say that he would do his book, get his book out there, then he would do an interview. So should be able to chase that up soon enough. Yeah, should we start a chant going? Yes, definitely, Paul. I can't keep putting too much pressure on my man, Mr. Norris. But I have messaged him a few sweet nothings a few times because I did love that watching that man, and I know he's a great character as well. He'd be definitely he'd be classic on here. Oh, I said Mr. Norris, I just said on text to Javi, I just said I've got a few riders on already. I said Floppy's on and Barney Kennett as well, and a few others, and he just said I love Floppy like a brother. So that's nice. Can't wait to hear from Javi. Yes, Paul, should be good. No one's missed anything. If any of you've just come on now, you might have thought, oh, I'm a bit 20 minutes late, but we're all good. Javi's not come on yet. He's just about to come on. He's just downloading the latest Google Chrome that asks you. I think once you, if you go on the link and whatever you're on is not downloaded the latest, it asks you to do it. It is quite quick to do. So hopefully you'll. Not sure who that is, but yeah, exactly. He's broke the 20-minute barrier. Come on, Floppy. Get on here. See, look, I knew this would happen. Yeah, I thought you might like that one. You said to me last night, didn't you, that he was your hero? Yes, I did try to. I've asked Michael Lee a few times to do one as well. He wasn't so keen, unfortunately. Or Mr. Silver. I spoke to Andrew Silver because he was one of my heroes at Swindon growing up in the sort of late 80s and into the 90s. Hi-Ho Silver was at the Abbey. I used to love going there on a Saturday night in the heyday when it was a Saturday night at Swindon, and used to race motocross on a Sunday. It used to get me right in the mood seeing Hi-Ho Silver used to get you on the edge of your seat doing the old cutbacks, the old what you might class as the classic Harris cutbacks and all that. Used to do at the Abbey. Cowboy Cook, yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? John Cook, remember him? He was didn't he ride Ipswich? And I remember him with them silver levels on. He was used to have a bow helmet on, and I'm sure he was one of the first ones who used to get that leg swag going on. You see, do. Good point. I have got a contact with Chris Louis as well. I'm going to do one with Chris Louis on his own, because I did one with Chris Louis and Jeremy Doncaster together. So yeah, I have got a contact that I could do. Mr. Tiger John Louis, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Never thought of that one. Raymond, good shout. Normally, most people, what they ask me to do, I say, oh yeah, I've already spoken to them, or I've tried pretty much everyone. Javier made his World Championship leather suit. Oh, I'm not sure who that is, but that's very cool. I've got a load of pictures of his World Championship stuff tonight and all that. Not sure who that is, but if you could come out of this video and click on the link inside the post and then come back in, I would see your name and profile like Paul there. Paul, win again. Yeah, I did nearly do Phil Crumps, and then on the night, he couldn't get it to work on his phone. So I was absolutely gutted, because he's probably my first ever hero. Got to go on his bike, you know, when the riders used to go around after the meeting and take someone on their bike. I've got a classic picture of me and Lee Kilby on the front of Phil Crump's bike. So that was a bummer. That didn't work. So hopefully, he was over at the UK not all that long ago, and that's when he was going to do it. Yes, he was. I'm sure Michael Lee, like Calvin, did motocross and all that before Speedway as well. I'm sure he did. Andy Galvin, that's one I haven't asked for either. Would be a good one. Yeah, Hackney. He must have rode with Calvin at his early sort of. Didn't he ride for Wimbledon as well? I haven't spoke to Steve Bastable for now. You're on a roll tonight, guys. These are ones I hadn't actually asked. I have asked Scott Autry as well, and he wasn't too keen, but hopefully, you never know. As I said to Floppy, I don't give up. I chased 10 times world motocross champion Stefan Everts for about a year and a half, and then ended up actually advertising his gin. So you never know. And I never thought I'd get to speak to him. So he helped me out loads with some massive motocross names, Roger DeCostas, and so many contacts he sorted out me. It was mega. So no, anything's possible. I'm still after one of my heroes. I'm after Jeremy McGrath as well. I have spoken to Jeff Emig and hopefully gonna get him on. So I'm chasing a couple of massive American guys on the old motocross, but done some crazy ones I never thought I would do. I watched Javi win his world title in Ollie Olsen's house with his family. How proud. Freaking random. Whoa, was ya? I remember watching it live, because wasn't there a massive delay, wasn't there? Because it got I'm sure it got flooded. The track got flooded, and then didn't the fire brigade fire brigade were there, like sucking the water off the track and all sorts. I'm sure there was. They was pumping the water off the track and all sorts. I just remember watching it live. I should play his record. Oh, I got this. This will make you laugh. I got this thing on here. It's called plays of background music. Listen to this, see if it works. I've played this a couple of times. What do we reckon? Nothing like a 70s, 80s bit of porn music. Oh, Carl Stoney, that's one I haven't asked as well. I've not asked Martin Goodwin either. I did a Christmas special once, and I had John Davis, Neil Middleditch, Dennis Sigalos, and the Cobra on. Yes, please. Yes, please. Kurt Nichol, yeah, a lot of the guys are probably over in the UK now because they're going to race right near me in my hometown, Swindon, Foxhill, at the end of this month for the Big Vets meeting. So there'll be a lot of the heroes, a lot of riders I've interviewed. Dave Fort, Kurt Nichol, Rob Herring, all them guys are going to be there. It's actually putting me off. It's a bit too porno, that. Not that I know anything about it. Need a ciderly, yeah. I'd be drunk after the one, Paul, to be fair. I have chased at Sean Moran quite a bit. I did chase him again the other day. Saw Phil Camp in Tesco's in Northampton before he went back to Aussie. Yes, I know he lives over at Northampton. Flipping out, I'd have died on the spot if I saw Phil Crump in Tesco's. That'd be the best Tesco's visit ever, wouldn't it? Be like that. Well, hey, Crumpy, you remember me when I was 6 on your bike? I'd have to drop me dad and uncle's name, wouldn't I? And then Crumpy would realise who I was. It does, doesn't it? Bad. This bum I've been on. Wow. This is, by the way, this is only. Oh, it's actually, I was going to say talking about Tesco's, apple mango. Oh, talking like I'm slurring. Oh dear. Happy says I'm having a beep mare with this. Yo, Ashtech, Mr. Ashley Holloway, how's it going? Swindon man first, wouldn't you, Ash, before you become a multi-award winning engine tuner with all the top guys? My missus just walked in and asked what I'm watching when that music come on. Awkward, that's pretty awkward. Sorry about that. Yeah, doing that, I'm like, what the hell is that? Yeah, he would. Paul thought would be good. That's another one I haven't thought of. I have tried to chase up Jano Pedersen on Facebook. I haven't been able to get hold of him. I did speak to Eric Gunderson asking him if he could try and hook me up with him as well. I'd love to do one with Jano Pedersen. Did like him. And hey, Darren, how's it going? Actually, Bradley Wilson Dean is going to be racing at my motocross meeting in the end of October. So he's going to be racing there as well. But yeah, I have spoken to Marvin Cox and looking at the next week or two, hopefully we can organise something with him. So that'll be a good one with the Cocker. Gary Gulgimi, yes, that would be another good one. Get Ashtech on. Yeah, I want him to tell the story about him watching me at the BSMA British Finals in '98, I think it was, my motocross that I won. I keep saying it when he comes on, winding him up, that I was his first hero. I've got pictures of him as a young kid sat on my bike. So before he was an engine tuner to the Nicky Pedersens and all these world champions, world stars, he thought I was a hero first. Is that right, Ash? Yeah, that's very true, mate. There's so many in there. What time is your curfew? Mr. Robinson will be on your case. Yes, Ollie Allen. I did do one with Ollie Allen after the Nation. Yeah, he'd be good to get him on, wouldn't it? No one's that bored. From an engine tuner's point of view, maybe we could speak to Ash about that shoulder barge on Nichols as he ran up the pit lane at Cardiff. Talking about Cardiff. That was you should have took up the old. You sure you didn't done the ice hockey Ashley in Swindon for the Swindon Wildcats, because that was pretty much a full-on check. Full-on ice hockey check. Javi, you're making me sweat out. I hope he gets sorted out. We got over 100 on live. Come on, Javi. We've got hundreds of pictures lined up. We're all buzzing for it. And Havelock's having a howler at home with the mod cons. Last spoke to him, having a, you know what, nightmare. He's downloading Google Chrome, which, yeah, it would have said to him to download the latest one if he didn't have it on, which I thought was not too bad. Jamie, other than those are sweating out. How's it going, buddy? Just waiting for Javi. He's 35 minutes late now. So he's well and truly smashed the 2-minute time allowance. Yeah, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Dan Bewley. Sure, it'll be a few nerves will be kicking in, and hopefully he'll. So when we were talking about a winner, it'd be awesome if he could win it, wouldn't it? If he could get out the start, get out in some dirt. Hopefully it'll build some dirt. Hopefully it's got some banking at Cardiff. Yeah, I could get him on his own would be a good one, Darren. It was quite chaotic when I had like 4 of them on. Former Swindon Town goalie, look. Love the Swindon Town. Keep up the excellent content, mate. Superb. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're good. Hope you're all good, mate. How's the team, Jamie? How is the motocross team? Yeah, I could do that, can I? Richard's do that. Yeah, look, perfect. It's that hot that even the ice pack's pretty much gone now. For now, Avi, I had this ice pack. I just thought every now and then I'll have a picture up. You won't be able to see my ugly mug. And then when there's a picture on the screen, I just thought I could just do that. Even the ice pack's gone now. Got the old sprayer. I'll be like, as soon as there's a picture across the full screen, let's practice. Come on, Abby, where are you? I would have been like that. Oh, full screen. You just see that. Look, just go across there. That's not good enough, that one. What's the one with the full screen? Oh, they're all short. I've got all these pictures. Loads of pictures ready to go. Hello, Mr. Shales. Pairs to be with me in Oxford tomorrow night. I didn't actually realise that was on. Ah, you're at Foxhill next weekend, Jamie. Beautiful. I'll have to come along for that. I didn't realise there was. Is that obviously is that an AMCA round, Jamie? Is it? Come on, Avi. Trying to rush Harry up. Jamie runs the Ultimate Wheels Honda team, and he kindly let me come in. That's the only motocross meeting I've actually been to, Jamie, since my own meeting at the beginning of April at Culham. It was literally, what, 2 weeks after my meeting, wasn't it? And I come on the Saturday. Bloody very sad, wasn't it? What happened on the Sunday as well with that vet rider. I come with Poppy on the Saturday, and we got to see Jamie's awesome Ultimate Wheels Honda team. What a setup that is. Proper professional, Mr. Jamie Smith. Love a bit of that. I love a bit of OCD cleaning and all that as well. So when I saw him hoovering up everything and all that in between races and practice and all that and everything in the team, it was awesome. Loved it. Beautiful. Ah, legend. That'd be awesome. I'll have to get down. I'll have to come down, won't I? Beautiful. I'll only be my second time out this year already for motocross, which is crazy, isn't it? Since the meeting, but I won't lie, I went into a bit of a meltdown after my meeting. Javi, what's going on? What's going on, Javi? Could you perform a miracle and get Nicky Pierce and Darcy Ward on together? No. I don't know if you saw my Darcy Ward live interview. That was pretty cool. That was mega with Darcy Ward, but he did say a few little cheeky things about Nicky, didn't he? I don't know if you've seen it, but check it out. But I did speak to Nicky Pennison as well. I spoke to him for about 2 years on Facebook. Had loads of chats with him. Got super excited. That's definitely one I want to do. And yeah, hoping to get him on. Sort of just trying to fix him down for a date, really. And I thought, because he's had a couple of injuries, and luckily for him lately, hasn't he? And I was thinking, oh, hopefully I'll be able to get him then. But then he was like holidaying and stuff. But I think he's on the road to recovery again. Might chase him up after this weekend and say, come on, Nicky, I've been chasing you for 2 years. You've been saying, yeah. There you go. Let's get the hair out. I've recently had a haircut, which Miss Stag, stepdaughter to be. There you go. That's as good as it gets. It's one of them ones, isn't it? You take your hat off, and or you've got something that you always do or have, and then you take it off. People are like, who the hell is that guy? You are top. Yeah, has been known, James. I only used to like to win at motocross, so I didn't get any marks on the front of the plate of my motocross bike. Didn't like getting my stuff dirty, so you just disappear. Keeps everything clean, James. True story, that. Even at the club meetings and stuff like that, they used to. Do you remember, Jay? They used to go out, didn't they? Either end of the practice sometimes. And I remember one of the guys at my local club thought it'd be funny to just do it from one side and I'm the other end, thinking like he's going to let like 30 odd guys, 30, 40 odd guys go before I go off and practice. And he literally went like that. When I realised what he was doing, I literally just went anyway. I'm like, no way, is anyone filling me in practice? No. What is Javi going? Just messaged him. How's it going, Abby? We're 40 minutes in. We'll bring anyone in soon. Let's get Laney on. Let's get Laney on live. Happy's having a howler. Hopefully he's going to sort it out. He's probably powering his computer from a Westlake engine. Jordan Jenkins Racing, get him on Young Rising Star. Yes, mate. That'll be open to everything. Ooh, Ovi Fundon. How is Ovi? Is anyone... How is Ovi? Love to get Ovi on. I've tried all sorts of tricks to get some of the older guys, because I know they don't, some of them obviously don't like the whole mod cons and laptops and all stuff like that. We've done some brilliant things. Getting some, I got an American motocross of Billy Lyles was a good one. He drove over to his sister-in-law's quite a way just to get on a laptop. She set him up a thing, and same with Andy Graham, his wife, lovely wife Jill, set him up on a laptop. Same as well, bless him. What happened with Alan Graham? He come over to Andy Graham's house, and Jill set him up on a laptop, get him in front of her. Got to set these guys up. You should do Fluffy. Yeah, I've been chasing him, Matt. Get on his case. So what we'll do is we'll do a fans thing. Everyone message Mr. Norris saying you want him on as soon as possible. Good luck with that, Fluffy. We're going to have to get him on live in a minute. I'll be asking you about your World Championship win, Fluffy. Well, I tell you what, we could have a great chat about Cardiff, couldn't we? Look at some of these peaches. Woo! Look at that. I've got to ask the story as well. I don't know if this is true. Someone messaged me, I think it was today, or someone commented on stuff on social media saying that that Javi actually slept with that trophy. That could be the start of it there, like, that he actually slept with the trophy that night. I'm going to obviously ask if that's true, actually. So if I don't mention it, make sure... My inbox is going to be filling up, Mr. Norris. It's already started. Peer pressure is the way forward. There you go. Come on, we love you. Yeah, is that what he's doing now? Surely someone sorted out Javi to go to Cardiff. Is that what he's doing now? He's looking for tickets for Cardiff. Bit like me the other day when I thought, oh, happy days. I remember that, 2011 or whenever I went when Hancock won. was like, no problem, just sort out a train. It's only an hour. Takes about 5 minutes to walk to the train station from our house. It's like beautiful. There in an hour, right outside Cardiff Centre, I think, and it's right outside because I went to watch Man United there in a friendly against AC Milan a few years back, and I thought, yeah, that'd be beautiful. And then it's like, oh, actually, no, the strikes are on. It's like, oh, what? Ball's in your court. He said he's too shy. Imagine me then, Floppy, when I used to be in front of all you flipping. Jesus, well, you should ask. I should get my missus on and tell her what sort of state I was in with some of these. Some of my idols and heroes I spoke to on here has been absolute madness, which is pretty much every other week. Oh, I'm literally in meltdown doing in the other room, walking around the bedroom, and the missus going like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Oh my God, it's 10 times world champion Stefan Evans. I've loved him my whole life. Like, oh my God, he used to come to Fox Hill and Swindon and win all the GPs. Cannot believe I'm speaking to him one-on-one on Skype. No fans at that point to interact with." So I'm like, oh my God, literally a meltdown. Literally, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack before I went on. No word of a lie. So, but even some riders get nervous about coming on in the screen. Not sure why. I feel comfortable in this little spare room in Swindon, far away in this secret little place. My missus, I'm not ready. Yeah, exactly. Great for the ego. Gonna cancel therapy tomorrow. That's it. Come on here. Get some love. Get some love from the Speedway fans on here. What is going on with Avi? Dear God. He's not having a good time with those mod cons, is he? I can't remember what he told me he was going to be on. He did tell me what he was going to be on. What did he tell me he was going to be on? It wasn't a laptop. He did say to me what he was going to go on. I'm going to say to him, maybe try your phone or laptop. That was it. I'm sure he was saying he was going to try a MacBook. Is it a MacBook? Oh, I might have seen Javi in. Can you hear me? He's in. Yes. I'm just going to play the video in, Javi, and we've had to cancel the 2-minute time allowance a few times. I'll bring you in a second. He's here, people. Hallelujah. The legend is here. Let's get the video going before he says sod this and goes. I'm sure he wouldn't do that to me. Hope not. We've been having great chats in here, Javi. We've had Mr. Norris in here, people trying to bait him to come into the video, all sorts going on. Right, here we go then. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm living good. I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good. I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. Yeah. Watch my money grow. Watch my money grow watch my money grow like a proud parent. Yeah, my money getting old and it's colder than the snow bunny. Happy getting money, honey. I'm living good. I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good. I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. Yeah. Watch my money grow. Watch my money grow.
Here he is. Let's bring him in. Javi.
Some awesome pictures there, Lee.
Beautiful ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
We've got you on.
Got me on.
We've got you.
What a nightmare there. I had to download 3 browsers.
Oh, no, you're joking.
And the only one I could get it to work with was the Opera.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Mate, I've been sweating out here. I've had my ice packs. I thought when I put a picture up on the screen, they won't be able to see me. I'll be like...
I bet you're thinking, everyone was thinking I'll be bullshitting about getting Avi on.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this kid's mugging us off here. I will give a shout out to the Mr. Steve Irwin. He sent me this picture. He sent you one as well, didn't he, Javi?
He has sent me one, mate. You know what? I'm getting a frame for it, and it's going on my wall. That's how good it is.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Awesome to have you on, mate. Much appreciated. I'm glad we got you.
My pleasure, Lee. My pleasure. Always come on with you. I always have good fun.
Oh, what a ledge. Here he is. Look, here's the man. David Norris. Look, he's put yeehaw.
Dave Norris, what a guy. What a brother. He's like the brother I never had, mate. I tell you, I'd do anything for that guy. He's an amazing bloke, an amazing man.
When you text me and said that he's like a brother to me and love him and stuff, I quoted you that on screen, and it made his night for sure.
Good. Because people say, "Oh yeah, I love him, he's cool," but I actually do. It's a bit of man love.
Here's Ellie. Look, she's put legend. They've been saying that all night, all of them. So
brilliant.
Right, let's get some questions in, guys. The man is here. I've got some pictures to show him as well, as you've seen.
Don't hold back, people either, by the way.
Yeah, don't hold back with the questions. Javi loves anything. Right. So, what about you going to Cardiff this weekend, Javi?
At the moment, no. But Cardiff's one of them things I usually decide like the night before.
Last minute job.
Because I'm quite lucky that I know I would be able to get in, okay, and I know I'd be able to find somebody who had a hotel room floor that was going spare, you know what I mean? So I'm lucky like that, so I can leave it till the last minute, you know.
I was going to say, Jesus, I think I'd book a hotel room to say I've got Javi on my floor. Look.
That's it.
Oh, what a classic.
I hope I go because I love it. It's an amazing event, isn't it?
Yeah, man, especially where it's been away. I didn't realise it's been a couple of years already that we've been without it, isn't it? So I think everyone's a bit keen.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah, already.
That's one of my biggest regrets in sport. And I know it's nothing that I could have done anything about. Yeah. But I would have loved to have ridden at Cardiff.
Right, here we go then. So we've got this guys are coming in with the questions now because they've been talking to me for a while already. Did Gary love riding at Dudleywood, especially the Golden Hammer?
Absolutely loved the Golden Hammer, yeah, because there was always great prizes on every race, you know what I mean? And as the races got more, like, I don't know if they had final and stuff, but the prizes seemed to get better. I mean, I won a really cool jet wash one year. I remember someone won like a leather 3-piece suite.
Did they?
Yeah, it was like some of the prizes were amazing, and yeah, I did like Cradley. It was a nice shape for racing. It could have done with being a bit wider, but it was a good shape for a racetrack. And so Colin Pratt's theory on doing tracks was completely different from everybody else's. What Colin did was absolutely flood it before the start of the meeting, and then first couple of heats, if you're not in front, you get covered in shit. And it's horrible with that, but. Then as it starts drying out by about 8-4, the track's fabulous for the rest of the night. Then you don't have to water again.
Yeah,
that was always Colin's theory, and it wasn't a bad theory, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, look, we've already got Leah's put. He can stay on our floor. It's already started. Knew this was going to happen. As soon as you mentioned that. Oh, brilliant. Oh, love it. Right, so we got loads of people got mental memories on here as well. So they'll come out of all these memories. So we'll be trying to rack a brain and all that. Daniel Green here. Does Gary remember Bradford versus Reading races, knockout cup final battles? Reading won the battle in 1990. Bradford won the battle in 1992 on aggregate.
I do remember those because I remember that in the late 80s and early 90s, we were the Cup Kings. We won the knockout cup.
Quite a few, wasn't it?
Yeah, don't quote me, but it's sort of like 4 out of 6 years or something like that.
It is. I've seen it on there. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
We won the them other cups at the end of the beginning of the year. What were they called? Something Shield. We won
Shield. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like the knockout experts, and yeah, I do remember them, especially against Reading, because obviously when it was Reading, I was riding against Mr. Superstar Wills in line, can't get near him.
Is that Per Johnson?
Absolutely, Mr. Per Johnson. Yeah.
Was he he was a proper, especially around that time because he obviously won the title. Was it year 2 or 2 before you? Yeah, at Bradford. Yeah. But he was a top rider.
I wouldn't say he was a hero of mine because we sort of rode in the same era. What I would say was that in the short time that I watched him ride, obviously before he got injured, he impressed me massively, and it took a lot to impress me.
Tim said who was your hardest opponent. You just mentioned one. Was there a few others?
Well, again, it all depends. 92 was per without a doubt, and I'm a big believer, and I'll say this now. People say to me about what's the best Grand Prix or one off. They both got the good points. They both got the down points. But what I will say is that in 1992, whichever way it would have been, there would have only been two outcomes. It would have been me or her. And if it was Grand Prix, it would have still only been me or her because we were that much better than everybody else,
So, Dave, you just said rival. You can put rivals, so rivals as well.
Yeah, again, different rivals at different eras. Certainly in 92, it was per. Yeah, when I first started, it's a really funny story, this actually, because the only real information you could get about Speedway was getting the Speedway Star. So you got the Star on Thursday, read it cover to cover, back to front and inside out. When I was like 16, I started seeing this like good-looking, blonde-haired, young, successful rider from down south, and I didn't know him, Andrew Silver, and like I'm looking at the Speedway Star and look at this flash bastard. And you know what? We met in Australia about a year later, and he was doing exactly the same thing about me. Look at this knob.
Was he?
Yeah. And then we met, and we realised that we had absolutely everything in common, and we've been best mates ever since.
Wow, that's cool. That's brilliant.
Yeah, true.
So what have you been up to then? Have you been enjoying still doing with the pool?
Yeah. I really enjoy it. Like, before pool came along, I was sort of sat twiddling my thumbs for a couple of years, and I'd watch the GPs and the this and that. And I see all these people with jobs at Speedway. I think to myself, I've forgotten more than these people know, and I'm sat at home on my sofa and getting a bit sort of down about it, But then Matt rang and said, "Look, we're dropping down a league. Midlow can't do all the northern ones." And I just went, "Yes." And he went, "Yes, what?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll do it." He said, "Oh, I haven't even told you what it is yet, or anything about the money." I said, "Matt, I don't care, because you know why? You could have asked anyone on this planet to be the Midlow's team manager partner, but you didn't. You asked me, and that was a massive thing for me,
Yeah.
So it's great.
Do you enjoy it? Obviously, we know you've been what was it, like Berwick, wasn't it, and Coventry, and
Well, it's really weird because it was never in my remit to become a team manager. I never thought about it. I never even imagined it. And then Mick, about a year after I got injured, Mick from Coventry called me and said he fancy being team manager, and I was like, it sort of sideswiped me. I went, "Do you know what, mate? I'm lost for words." I said, "You're gonna have to give me a couple of days." So he said, "Yeah, no problem." I had a couple of days. I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, why not? So I did it. I did it Coventry. I think it was 2 or 3 years, and really enjoyed that. Then I had a year at Berwick in the second tier. I still call it the Premier League, the Premiership.
Yeah, I know, they keep changing the bloody names.
Lager League.
Yes, Lager.
Anyway, where were we?
Berwick manager.
Yeah, the Berwick thing. And then after that, I didn't really do much, like I say, and that's when I was starting to get a bit down on myself for watching all these people who know far less about the sport than I do with jobs. And like I say, but then Matt called, and that was a massive thing for me, for him to ask me. I'm sure he probably asked Midlow, because again, not blowing me on trumpet, but me and Midlow are like literally like that, And I think if Midlow had to have anybody, he would want me,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So what we do. He does all the home ones, I do all the northern ones, and then when it gets towards the end of the season, we both go.
Beautiful. Works well.
Well, last year it worked all right.
Going well, isn't it?
We entered 2 competitions and won 2 competitions. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Say no more. Say no more.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Because you've done quite a bit of the TV stuff as well, haven't you? And
Yeah, I love that.
like even way back. Look.
Absolutely. You know, when I first did it, when in '96 when I was in the GPs, and I was about 4th or 5th after 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And that's when I crashed the pool and broke my back.
Yes.
So then, about a month after that is when I did my very first Sky one, and I'll always remember it because it was the Swedish Grand Prix from Linköping, and I was on in the studio with Barry Briggs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Came down to the final. Another really, really good friend of mine, Henke Gustafsson, was winning the final. Yep. Billy Hamill was second. I can't remember who was third. Greg Hancock was at the back. At the time, they were the Exide boys, you know, the Barry boys.
Together in a team, yeah.
So on about the second lap, Greg slid off on a perfectly slick, perfectly smooth track coming into the corner. And then did the fish stuck under the bike special. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm going, look at that. I said he's fucking laid it down to get his teammate another goal. He's like, it's bullshit. This is bullshit. It's wrong. And Barry Briggs says to me, "Oh, you can't say that on telly, Harry, though, can you?" I looked at him and I went, "You just fucking watch me, Bazza." Exact words.
I bet they were having a heart attack.
Yeah. But at the time, they had a producer, a guy called Martin Turner, and he loved it. Absolutely loved it. Soaked it up. And that's when I started going to meetings and doing rider interviews in the pits and stuff when I wasn't in the studio. And it was all going great guns. But then, unfortunately, the producer, Martin Turner, he got took off that and put on something like tennis or rugby or something. And the guy who was his number 2 got the job. But they hated each other. So, because I was a child of the other promoter and the other producer, all of a sudden I wasn't getting hardly any work, and then I was getting no work, and then you know what? I thought it's the type of sport where to get work you've got to lick ass. You know what I mean? And,
Jesus, nightmare, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
not for you.
Never going to be me, mate. Ever, never, ever.
No.
Don't care how much I enjoyed it, how much money you get, anything. But that's not me. And where I come from, you're only born with 2 things: your balls and your word. And I don't break them for anybody. Literally.
Yeah, I love that. Got good morals, Mr.
Paul Huey. Hello, mate. How you doing, brother?
Yeah. A few of the guys are on tonight.
Yeah.
Beautiful to see him on.
Yeah.
I've got Ben Pig in here. He's put, how did you find the Commonwealth final at Kings Lynn over the years? I used to go every year, being it was 5 minutes down the road as a kid.
Yeah. Look, Kings Lynn, here's a story with Kings Lynn, right? It used to be one of the best racetracks in the country. Unfortunately, Mr. Tatum, when he goes there commentating, he still thinks it's 25 years ago. When it was one of the best racetracks in the country. But then, unfortunately, what happened was it got Armco barrier put in for stock cars.
Yeah.
And then the material changed to this combination of like clay and black shit, right? And the racing is literally dog shit. It's just a fast round. The track's dead smooth and track records get broken and things like that. But literally, it's just as fast around the inside as it is on the outside, even later on in the meeting. And I noticed now he's done it at Peterborough as well.
Nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible for racing. Yeah, great for fast times, but terrible for racing.
Yeah, like guys don't want to get too close to each other. They're all like taking off.
They can, you know. What happens to proper red shale? You know what I mean? You go to places like Redcar and Edinburgh and places like that, and they're done proper, you know. And Poole now, because we've got Big Terry there doing it. Well, he's not big anymore, but Terry the track. And it's like a billiard table, and it's got red shale on it. And to me, that's what Speedway is.
Yeah.
Certainly in this country, Lee. Anyway.
Yeah, not good. I've just got Ben said about that. That was how did you find your year with helping Scotty in the GPs? And
yeah, I really enjoyed that. I did it for 2 years actually. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And you know what? That would probably be my ideal job in Speedway. Working one-on-one with a top guy, one of the GP riders, something like that. Because I don't know, I'm not the type of person who could teach like a total novice. People say to me, "Well, how to slide it?" And I'll get lost for words. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I've just always been able to do it." Sort of thing,
yeah, I need to show you.
So for me to work with other riders, I think there would have to be very top riders who would get and understand the things.
What you're saying, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
And I watch the GPs in the European Championships, and I think to myself, have you got nobody watching the track or watching shit for you? Because you've just done the most ridiculous thing, like picked gate 3, and you know what I mean? In a semi, I just think surely every single GP rider has got a rider who walks around and watches everything and learns and reports back, haven't they?
Maybe not.
If they haven't, they should do.
Yeah. Should get Avi on board by the sounds of it.
I'm open to offers, all and any offers.
There we go. There's a few Brit guys out there now that we could do with some help, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'll be there, not a problem.
All right, we've got Darren Wilson, Bradley Wilson Dean's dad there. Look, he's just put your dad often visited in New Zealand to see Noel Suckling. Lucky I got to see him at my house.
Yes, he did. He Noel Suckling originally came over. It would have been early 70s because I remember they stayed at our house, and he brought the whole family, like his wife and the kids and everything, and they stayed like all summer because they were riding for. I think they were both riding for Workington, something like that. And my mum and dad have been out there probably 2 or 3 times to visit them, and yeah. They loved it out there. Absolutely loved it. And you know what, Lee? I've travelled all over the world. I've been to Australia 6 times, and I haven't been to New Zealand. I feel terrible. And my full-time mechanic and best friend, Scott Trigg, has moved back out there. So I definitely will get there.
Yeah.
I just haven't yet.
I expect Darren to have you over as well.
Yeah.
This is a nice one. I remember this one myself. I was there, being a Swindon boy and that, when we dad and uncle obviously living here. Matt Stevens remember Javi winning the Riders final, I think it was 95, was it? Something like that? At
95 or 96.
Yeah,
you know what it was? It was when the GPs had just started and you walked out and then you picked up the red or the circle or the blue circle, right?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Right, so he walks out, right? He announces first pick, Jason Crump, right?
Yeah.
Massive cheer. And, when we first got to the gates, I had a quick look and I said to my mechanic, Thor's winning this, mate. I am telling you, Thor's winning this. And I had third pick. So they announced Billy Hamill. No, it wasn't Billy Hamill. It was Jason Crump. Massive cheer, right? He picks up 1, right? They announced Lee Adams. Massive cheer. He goes towards the outside, and I'm thinking he's picking 4 up. And would you believe it? He picked up number 3. And I just looked at my mechanic and started laughing. They announced me, right? I got booed.
Did you?
Yeah, I was the only English fan in the final. I got booed. Went straight yellow like that. Put my helmet on. Said, "Watch this, Scott." It was only me and Scott there. And when, like, usually you come round and they give you the bumps and all that, don't they? Because it was only me and him. He come out on the track. I went to high-five him and missed and hit him in the face and nearly knocked him out.
That's brilliant. Oh, I love it. But that meeting was always prestigious, wasn't it? It was always prestigious meeting. It was always like you said, a GP finals.
Back in the day, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, they always said it was like the second hardest meeting to win. after the World Final. So, I mean, I don't think it has as much prestige in this day and age, but
no,
still,
definitely not. I wouldn't say.
It's nice to have on my CV.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. It was another beautiful one to tick off the old Javi list of ching ching. Thank you very much. Beautiful. And it was at Swindon, and I was there. I loved it live as well. It was beautiful.
That was the best one, though. Like the Aussie got announced, massive cheer. He picked gate 1. The next Aussie got a massive cheer. He picked 3. I got booed, picked gate 4. Billy Hamill went and picked gate 2, got a massive cheer. And I was like, fucking sure.
Yeah, you were like, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you I didn't boo, right? So I wasn't in that.
Oh, no, you weren't booed.
Definitely went boo. Got too much love. Mr. Norris has put here, I remember Javi saying he would support England in a Tiddlywinks contest. The only guy you would want to go to war with. 2003 World Cup. We made me remember what was on my body jacket.
That brings a lump to my throat. Honestly,
yeah,
really does. And he's right. I would support England if they were playing Tiddlywinks. And if I was in the trenches, Dave Norris is the type of guy I would want at my side. Simple as that.
Straight honest guys with the Union Jack on the chest.
Yeah.
Full chat.
The story's a lot bigger and longer than that, but it goes on too long and I can't really explain it also.
No worries. I got Nigel Stevens, but can you ask Javi if he enjoyed doing the Speedway documentary in '93?
I did, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And you know what? Obviously, because technology was a lot worse back then, literally had these 4 people living with me for 7 days.
Did you?
They went everywhere with me, came to every meeting. They stayed in a hotel, which was about half a mile down the road from my house. They come to my house every day, or the workshop, come to meetings, everything. Yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. And I
wonder if you can still get hold of it now, because I haven't seen that.
It's on YouTube.
Is it? I need to check that out.
Yeah. Paul Bentley's the star of that one, though.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm in the changing room, they're interviewing him, and he walks in, bollock naked, and sees the knob.
No way. Did he?
He said something about the track, Javi, but he was only doing it to get his. Yeah, honest.
He had some nice covers. He had some nice levers and cables as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, on the Bentley flashing.
That's brilliant. What's he saying about what's Matt on about here? But I remember you, Floppy. Did you ever pay off your jeans from the catalogue? Let's get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Look, Darren's put, come and stay with me. I'm friends with the Triggs.
You know, the great thing is that when I get to a certain age, I can get access to some money I've stashed away. And when I do, I'm going to be going traveling the world. And the amount of people that I've got to stay with is just fantastic.
It's beautiful,
pretty much
isn't it?
everywhere in the world I know someone I can stay with. So it's going
just seeing the Speedway family and the love for you on here tonight, Gary. Even before you came on, it was just everyone was like loving this. Can't wait for Javi. Love it. It's really nice, isn't it? Really nice, mate.
Yeah.
Who was Gary's engine tuner for the World Final? We've got here.
Very good question, actually. Because I sort of had 2. I had a German guy called Otto Lanzenhammer, who was an old German long track rider. He actually built my engines, and then Neil Evans serviced my engines.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'd go to Germany and buy my engines at the beginning of the season, and then obviously ride them. It's because Neil had already been working with Otto Landhammer for a lot of years. It was Neil who suggested that I could buy engines off Otto Landhammer. So Neil, and obviously Neil, with him being fiddling about with his own engines and doing his own engines, he wanted to expand a bit. So it was ideal that he could service my engines exactly the same as if they were going back to Germany, if you know what I mean, without all the hassle of having to send them to Germany. And yeah, he did them for Neil done my engines from about 91, I'd say, for maybe 3 or 4 years.
And that was like a real hot part of your career as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
that was
went well.
the hot part, the hottest part.
Mm.
Unfortunately, we then fell out, and I hadn't spoken to him for years and years. And you know what? I bumped into him in Cardiff a couple of 3 years ago, and I thought, there's that cunt. And then I thought, you know what? Honestly, life's too fucking short.
It is, mate. Yeah.
So I just went over and made up and started talking with him and that. And he was
that's nice. That's beautiful.
Life's too short, mate.
When you was halfway through that, I was just thinking, I just spoke to Neil Levitt, so I was going to ask him to do an interview.
Yeah.
Well, that went well. I'm glad that turned out well. And it's like you said,
like we don't mates anymore or anything, but you know, we made up. It's cool.
That's beautiful. That's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Darren's just put on here as well. Have you won the world final in my hot suits?
I actually didn't.
No.
And, you know, he made the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life. Right.
Go on.
I wanted a new pair of leather, brand new suits for the final.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't sponsor me with one. Right. So I got leathers, and then they made me a Kevlar suit. Right.
Yeah.
I wore that Kevlar suit in the final. I then, because the Kevlar suit was a bit of a rush job and it didn't have all my sponsors on, straight after my last race, I then got changed and put my hot suit on for the rostrum. So if you see that, that's my hot suit on the rostrum. See how clean it is?
Yeah.
Because I didn't wear it. If you go back to that last shot, and you see on the legs, it's all pink, purple, and jagged. That's Kevlar. Again, I was Speedway's first. I was the first rider to ride like that. Everyone goes on about Schwarzlich, but I
exactly.
Right? I was the first Speedway rider to wear a pair of Kevlars.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was a proper special night. We was actually just reminiscing about that before you came on. I was saying about Javi said he was watching it. He did say where he was watching it. It was crazy where he was watching it, but I said I was watching it. Massive delay, wasn't there, because of the big rainfall?
Like hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah, it's mad, wasn't it?
And there was a small contingency of riders going around talking to other riders, saying, "Why don't we just fuck it off, come back tomorrow and do it all over again?" And I was like,
"Were they?
No chance." Zero, bob up. I've done all my hard work. I beat Per Jonsson in heat 2.
Yeah,
I was first, he was last. There's no way I was coming back tomorrow.
No.
You know what I mean?
What was your memories of it then? Obviously, someone actually told me. I've got to ask you this story.
I can remember just about everything about it, like, just about everything.
I don't know if they do a joking or you did it, but it sounds something like you might do. Someone said to me, "Oh, ask Javi." He goes, "I'm sure he slept with a trophy that night."
No, not particularly. I don't think.
Oh, they've sold me a dummy with that one.
I'll tell you what I did do though. Straight after, it was 39 degrees. That's how hot it was there. That's why there
was it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why there was the big thunderstorm, right?
Oh yeah.
Straight after the meeting, I obviously got the old drug test. Because back in them days, the drug test was Javi +2. It was always Javi +2 randoms, right? So straight after the meeting, I was that dehydrated I couldn't pee. Right?
Oh no!
I was drinking water. I was drinking beer. I was drinking everything. It took me about over an hour before I peed, right? Yeah. And then I peed. I thought, mommy. And then the bloke got me. You've got to come to the press conference. When press conference now? He went, yeah. So I've walked up to the from the pits of Wrocław up towards where turn 3 and 4 is, through that arch and to the left there. And there was a big building, right? I've got my levers tied around my waist in a knot, right? Got a can of beer in one hand and a lit fag in the other hand. And I walk in on my children's life. There's about 100 fucking reporters there. And there's a top table on the stage with all these FIM officials. Gunter Sauber's in the middle and an empty seat next to him. So I walked in, put my can down on the thing, took a drag of my fag and went, "Hi, Gunter, how's it going?"
That's brilliant. Love that.
Yeah.
I love that, mate.
True story. And it was like, I was the Antichrist. I was the last person on this earth that they wanted world champion.
Yeah. Oh, they were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, mate. Love it. You just be yourself, and I love that.
That's all I ever was, mate. And you know what? I've never ever dreamed of trying to get the record of most world titles or anything like that.
Yeah.
All I ever dreamed about was winning the world championship.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. It must be a proper dream.
Once was enough for me.
Unbelievable.
Like, later on in my life, when I went to see like sports psychologists and that, I'd been after stuff they were trying to teach me. I'd already been doing since a kid on my own. You know.
Unbelievable, isn't it? What a thing to happen. It's unbelievable, amazing.
Hello, Wayne. How you doing,
There he
fella?
goes. Wayne Carter's just asked how you are.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He does a lot of help with the youngsters and that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie's just put, you need to come fishing with us.
I'd love to go carp fishing with them. 100%, I would.
There you go.
Need a reel that had a button that you could just press on and reel in.
Yeah. See whether you're on. bloody Speedway.
Mate, 100%. I'd definitely love to go. In fact, I'm going to put that on my bucket list. Go carp fishing with Ellie and Floppy.
I've got someone's put, hi Gary, what was your favourite track to ride in the UK? Regards, Tony Graham.
Bradford. It was the best track. It had the best pits. It had the best changing rooms. It was an hour from my house. It had everything, you know.
That's beautiful. David's just put, hi Gary, what rider in your career did you not get on with at all? And
That's a really good question, actually, because I tried to never, if somebody stuffed me, I would never say anything, never say a word to them. Like Ray and Sean Wilson, who were pretty much best mates, and we rode together a lot. He was like the opposite. He'd be running over, screaming, shouting, and wanting to have a fight. I just had a little black book that was in my head, and I just remembered them, you know. So, God, it's hard to say, really.
Was there anyone you used to sort of keep having come-ins together with on the track? Just one of them ones that you just, was there a rider like that?
Not really, because I never classed myself as a dirty rider, and I genuinely think there's three categories, right? There's soft riders, there's hard riders, and then there's dirty riders, you know. And with that, me and Ben talk a lot, you know, Jitendra Duffel, who run Redcar. We talk a lot. We talk a lot about the hierarchy, the hardness hierarchy that is in Speedway, say the GPs. Two riders coming together to a corner, right?
Yeah.
It's up to the hardness hierarchy who shuts off. And like Doyley's right, Doyley and Smarzak are right at the top of it.
Yeah.
Freddie's up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So it's the hardness scale.
Chart.
Hardness chart, yeah. And it depends how high up the chart you are as to whether you shut off or not.
Yeah, that's it.
And you know, I always thought that there's a time and a place for different types of riders. You know, most of the time you can just be a normal rider, and then there's times, you know, like a heat 15, say, where you need to be a hard rider, and there's probably only like a GP final or something like that where you'd have to be a lunatic and ride dirty or do whatever you had to do to win it, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's a time and a place for each type of racing, but some riders get it wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they get out lopsided.
Some riders I watch and I think to myself, he is literally on the ragged edge of 99% of every second that he's on the track. Yeah. And I think, wow, you know, there's a time and a place and stuff like that. But yeah, each to their own. I'm not knocking anybody, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's a good one. Paul Clifton here just put, absolute privilege to have watched Javi ride a Speedway bike, one of England's finest. Just wondering who Javi rates from the upcoming Brits. Good question.
Another very good question. Do you know, I think there's like there's like we've got a couple of different bands, you know. We've got a couple who are riding now, you know, your Leon Flints, and your Anders Rose and these type of people. And I think, and then the summer were sort of 16, 17. And then I think we've got another decent couple coming through who are like 14 and 15, you know. I don't really know many of them by name, but you know, from the current crop who I say, you know, are already good, they're already riding, you know. It's definitely, you know, you got Leon Flint, Anders Rowe. There's probably others who I've missed, and I feel if I've missed you out, I'm sorry.
Names
terrible,
good, isn't it?
Absolutely terrible with names.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever forget anybody's face, but with names, I'm useless. I just call everybody mate, and I listen to the conversation and see if I can pick it up in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I bump into you, I'll be like, Javi, it's Lee. Remember I spoke to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm as hopeful as I have been for many years about the Brits that are coming through. Because for most of my career that was out, nobody was coming through. One person a year if you were lucky. But I genuinely believe we've got maybe three sort of a series of three jumps. We've got some genuinely decent riders going to come in the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully.
What's your thoughts on? Obviously, they're going to be in the GP the weekend. Dan Bewley, Lambert. What's your views on them guys?
I think Dan Bewley and Robert Lambert have done absolutely fabulously. You know, they've gone for and Dan even quicker than Robert has. He's gone from being just a you know, say a number one in England, a good number one in England, to being genuinely world class. And I was actually saying to someone the other day, you'd have to be gutted if you were Woofy because you're actually not even the second best Brit anymore.
Yeah, right now on the speed, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And you know, Dan Bewley, I think, has got the lot. I really do. And Robert, sky's the limit for him as well. And it's really refreshing the fact that, you know, with Ty and maybe one or two others, we've almost got the makings of a World Cup team. You know, I'm not talking Speed of Nations.
Yeah.
Contest.
Yeah.
The World Cup, you know. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I think like when that Dan Bewley hooks up out wide and he's away, he's gone, isn't he?
He's got it all. He actually has got it all. The rest is down to him, really. How far he was going to go.
Got James here. He's reminiscing here about hi Gary, Sheffield supporter here. Loved watching you around Ullerton with riding with Redcar. Your clashes with skipper Ricky Ashworth.
Yeah. Again, I love Sheffield because it was a fast track, and I spent 10 years at Bradford, which to answer the end of that question, Bradford was my favourite track. Yeah. And I think riders know, but I don't know if all supporters know, but the technique you need to ride a big fast track successfully is a completely different technique than you need to ride a small, tight technical track successfully.
Yeah.
And some people just can't do both, they can do one or the other. People who can do both successfully are very, 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 very good riders. So I started at the old Middlesbrough, which was a technical track, smallish, tight corners. I then went to Bradford and spent 10 years at Bradford trying to keep my wheels in line. Because the longer you've got your wheels in line, the faster you go on a big track. That, over the years, actually, I'd say Wolverhampton, the first year I went to Wolverhampton when I ride Bradford, I probably got 12 or 13. And every year that I went back, I got worse and worse and worse and worse. And it is actually a completely different technique to ride in a big track fast than it is to ride in a small track fast. And I did prefer the big ones, to be fair.
Yeah, flat out. This is actually a good question, Javi. I was thinking about this earlier because I was thinking there's a few books flying around. I see PCs just bringing out one. Look,
I haven't yet.
It's got to be on. It's got to be on the
Burnley
cards.
Boyle, I think I know him, and if he's the person I think I know. How you doing, brother? There is definitely a book in here. I just haven't started it yet because you know what? I don't think I've finished my life yet. How can you write your life story when you haven't finished your life? If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Love to see it though. About it, someone's just put warts and all. I said, you'd be the perfect person.
You know me.
You'd be the perfect person for that.
You know me. In fact, it'll have to probably go to the legal people to get them to take a load of stuff out because I'll get sued.
I've even got a contact for you as well. I've even mates for Brian Burford that's done loads of the riders.
Oh yeah, Brian. I know Brian. Yeah.
So
I'm
we
really
could.
good friends with Phil Lannon as well.
So you've got a few options.
I have plenty of options. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave Thomas here has put, what was Javi's most embarrassing moment on the track or off?
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh. Funny enough, I was talking about this to someone. I was doing an interview with someone the other week, and when this came up, my first season, 1985, when I was 16, and it was in like April or something. I'd only been around a couple of weeks, and they put me in the under-21s, and it was at Canterbury. And I don't know if anybody knows Canterbury, but it was round a football pitch. So all tracks that are round pitches are what I call square. So when Calvin Taylor said, "Oh, we squared the corner off," he hasn't squared the corner off. Oh,
That's proper.
Squared the corner off. You got a turn going into the corner, go straight across the middle of it, and then turn coming out the corner. That's squaring the corner off. And you do that on tracks that are around a rugby pitch or a football pitch, they tend to be squarer. So my first ride, I'm off gate 4, drops the clutch. Halfway at the corner, I'm level with them. And I'm thinking, I'll have these. I just kept it on. And obviously, as the track pinched up because it was square, and they went bump, 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 bump. And I went back first into the wooden fence, knocked all the wind out of me, and literally ripped my levers open from one knee up past my groin to the other knee.
Jesus.
And, I come in and I was like, I said, Dad, I want to go. He said, you're not going home, you're going back out. You're getting back on that bike and you're going back out. So we had to sort of try and zip tap, duct tape me levers back together so my bollocks weren't hanging out. Right?
They're massive, so you got
went out and ran a junior last, right? And then had a word with myself. Finished with 3 wins. So
beautiful.
That set me up for the next year when I won it. So it was all good.
Just adapt quickly.
Riding with me nads out was quite an embarrassment.
We could do with that now. Could we get some air on them?
Yeah.
I've got some beautiful pictures here. I've got to get these on it as well. Look at that.
Fabulous.
Look at that.
You know, once, right, I was riding around Newcastle before the meeting, right? Yeah. My dad come out and he was going, come in, and then he changed his mind. No, do one more lap. And whichever way he changed his mind, and I sort of was going to do another lap. Then I tried to come in, and I crashed into the gate post and split my head open. And my mum had to take me to the hospital in Newcastle, and we both missed a meeting.
Oh, no way.
I was getting my eyes stitched up.
Dad's giving you mixed signals. In, out. Shake it all about.
Look at that. At Felton. Did you see that last one?
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Felton. That was the junior track up sort of halfway between Newcastle and Berwick. And they had a junior team that were called the Felton Flyers. In fact, Roy Clark, who does a lot of the commentary, commented Roving Mike at Newcastle, he did at Newcastle and Redcar and places like that. He used to ride for the Felton Flyers.
Oh, I love that. Look at this, a beauty.
That is a beauty, yeah. That would be when I won grass track summit, because that's looks like a 150 or a 200, something like that.
Yeah. Was that your first introduction? Was obviously you got to go around the track pre-meetings, things like that, but grass track was your first racing.
Well, I got my first bike when I was 3. Wow. In fact, I learned to ride a motorbike before I could ride a push bike. And then I got a bit bigger one when I was about 5. So from 3 to 8 years old, I'd just go with my dad, and if I could ride before the meeting, I would. If I could ride at the interval, I would. If I could ride after, I would. Just run around the track. When I was about 8, I started riding in. What's the word? Competing. And the only way to compete in them days was to ride junior grass track. There was no junior speedway. So basically, what that was get a field, and it didn't matter how bumpy it was because we were only kids, and what the fuck did they care about us? Whack a load of pegs in and make a track, and then you ride around it. So I did that from 8 until about 14 and a half. And when I was about 14 and a half, I had to go on a 500cc speeder bike for the first time. And I come back in and said, "That's it, that I'm done grass." I said, "What?" I don't want to ride grass anymore. I want a speeder bike, and I'll just go practicing until I'm 16. So we sold all the grass stuff. Built a bike for myself at old Westlake. And then my dad blagged the speedway control board. When he applied for my license, he said my birthday was the 4th of September, 1968. And it wasn't. It was 4th of November, 1968. So I got to ride the last 2 months of 1984 illegally while I was only 15 years old. And actually won the Suffolk Junior Open Championship at Mildenhall.
Love it.
Illegally when I was 15.
That's brilliant. I got some beauties of you when you first.
Oh, yeah. 1980. That's 1985. Don't know, about 86 maybe. Whoa, that was there's me and Andrew Silver, look.
Yeah, I know. I got excited when I saw that.
I think that was 85. Yeah, I think that was 85.
You always had a good relationship. He was one of my heroes at Swindon, I'll say, and I always loved that you two had a very good relationship.
Yeah, but that's the weirdest thing was because before we met, we fucking hated each other.
Did you?
Yeah, like I said, I was looking at him in the Speedway Star going, "Look at that flash bastard." And he was looking at me, "Look at that northern upstart." Right?
That was brilliant.
Yeah, then we met, and like I say, we've been best friends ever since. We speak all the time now, still.
Yeah, I've had a few chats with him. Been trying to coax him on here.
Does he want to come on? I'll get him to come on for you.
Yeah, yes, sort him out. I had a few chats with him. He's like, nah. And I'm like, come on, people would love it.
That's 1985.
1985.
That's 86.
Like the old, can you remember? I remember Sean Moran used to have them things on the front as well, didn't he? Like the BMX, like the BMX.
Yeah.
You
see that helmet?
Yeah.
That was an RI motocross helmet. Remember the RI motocross helmets that everyone
Yeah.
They had a plastic front that was bolted on.
Yeah.
I actually crashed right, and the front just imploded into my face. I broke my bone and everything. Yeah. So I never wore one again.
I like this as well. That's nice.
I like that. Where? That's. You know when that is? That's 1987, I think. Or 1987 or 1988.
Collecting them trophies early doors, like you do.
Yeah, them levers. I think they were 86 or 87.
You still got any of your levers, Kevlars, and all that stuff?
I've got every single England suit that I wore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got obviously the one I won the World Championship in.
Yeah.
And I've got the snow camouflage, the grey and black snow camouflage one.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've got some pictures
of that. That. What I have got is body colours. I decided at the beginning of my career to collect something. So I thought, if I don't end up being any good, at least I'll have a collection of something to show,
Love it.
So I decided to collect caps. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Caps and body colours, right?
Yeah.
I put all my body colours together about 2 years ago. I got them from various places. Put them in them bags that you can suck all the air out of.
Ah, right, yeah, keep them I
had 93.
Holy shit.
Including everyone that's ever been on my body when I rode. I had. Even the ones where they said, if you don't hand your body colour in, it's a £50 fine. I'd say, take the £50 right now, because I'm fucking not, and I'm telling you, I'm not having it.
I love that.
So
That's such a cool thing, isn't it? They're really cool.
Yeah, I've got every one I ever succeeded in, and
I love that. I remember as a kid going around my Uncle Martin Ashby's workshop in Swindon, and he used to have them all hanging up, all the Great Britain ones and that, and I used to be like a little kid, like, whoa.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But like, I'd need about a fucking 10-bedroom mansion if I had that.
You would. You could literally have your own museum going on by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Well, they're my little nest egg. Like, if everything in my life goes to shit, I've got a couple of grand's worth of.
Yeah, and the rest.
Yeah, so
people love that sort of shit now, don't they? All the souvenirs and all that. Like,
well,
Jesus, that's like.
When I look on eBay, because there's a lot of copy ones now, modern copies of old original ones. But if you look on eBay, there might be like a Cradley Heath number 4 thingy, but a genuine one from 1985, and then 150 quid.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Yeah,
a lot more than that as well. Yeah,
just a standard one of them worth 150 quid.
Exactly.
Our British final and World Final ones worth.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly. You've definitely a nest egg there.
Yeah, so I'll be all right.
Nice comment from Andy there. I have to say, never met this man as I was busy working during his great success, but what a lovely guy. Well done, Gary.
Thanks very much, Andy Hobbs. I really appreciate that.
Oh, man. I got Chris Simpson. I know he's a big Coventry fan. I know he does his T-shirts and everything. I'm sure there's Javi T-shirts he does as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was always a pleasure working with you at Coventry, mate. Top bloke. If you could have had your racing years again, would you have had them now or still back when then? Apart from being world champion, what was your nest of best achievement? So, a couple of questions there.
Wow. I'd have it back then.
Yeah.
Because for one, we didn't have mobile phones, and I would have got into a lot more shit than I got into.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That's true, isn't it? Do that whip out is heavy.
Yeah. So
deadly, isn't it? It's deadly, yeah.
Definitely then. I mean, next best achievement after winning the World Final. Wow.
Ooh.
Speedway terms. Probably winning my first British final.
British final was big.
If Hans Anderson hadn't done what he done at Poole that night, it would have been that, without a doubt. That would have been.
Oh my God! Don't get started on that.
No. But unfortunately, it's not. So probably winning my first British final.
That was, oh my God, I remember that was the night as well, wasn't it? When Scott saw that light in the crowd and stopped and fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what pisses me off? It's not that I didn't get another gold medal and all that, right? What pisses me off is Lee Richardson's fucking kids should have 2 gold medals from him.
Yeah.
And they don't, they've only got 1. And that's a fucking, to me, that's just a, it's just a crime.
It's devastating on that one, isn't it?
Devastating.
I literally, it's like one of them, like, I'm never watching Speedway ever again. It's fucking shit. One of them ones, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It's like, I just hate it. It was almost like, like what happened with Hamilton in the Formula 1 at the end of last year. Like, shit. I was like, I'm never watching this shit ever again.
Yeah.
It's probably one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't watch Formula 1 anyway. I think.
No, do you know what? That was the only one I pretty much watched, and I was like, this is why I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If I watched Formula 1, what I'd do, I'd watch the start, then I'd go away somewhere, do something for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's it.
Last 2 laps.
I literally watched that because I knew it was coming down to the thing. It was one of them, and then literally saw it and thought, "What a load of shit that is! Like, mental, absolutely mental." You obviously worked under a lot of great managers as well.
Yep.
Did you have like some favourite managers you worked with? Got a few there. Look, Mr. Ham, Pratt.
My favourite manager, by far, without a shadow of a doubt, Mr. Neil Middleditch.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Without a shadow of a doubt. After that, I'd probably say Bowie and Pratty when they were England team managers together.
Yeah.
I always got on really well with those two. And there was two totally different characters. So it was always good fun because, you know, one was always doing something that the other thought was ridiculous and vice versa. And, you know, so yeah, Colin and Eric. You know.
Definitely missed the whole test matches we used to do with America, Sweden, and USA and all that, and Denmark. They were beautiful, weren't they?
Yeah. Look at Bobby Hawk trying to kick me when people. That was when before people even took the foot off, wasn't it?
I know, he was. I remember him doing that. Didn't old, I remember Cook used to do that as well. Cowboy Cook used to.
John Cook, yeah.
People think there's bar attack and that's the slowed it off.
This picture here, I think, is a test match against America at Swindon. That's what I think. We had three test matches against them in, I think that is as well.
Yeah, that looks at Swindon, yeah.
Yeah,
I recognise that.
In like a week, I think we did like one at Bradford, one at maybe Wolves, and one at Swindon, I think. Who's that?
I do know that. Who was that? That's used to be at Peterborough, wasn't he?
Mickey Poole.
That's it, Mickey Poole.
Mickey Poole, yeah. See, that's what the back one. Go back again.
Oh yeah, I've lost it now.
Sorry, I just deleted it. When we're talking about me being the first to always do stuff in Speedway.
Yeah.
That last picture, I had a set of zebra Kevlars on.
There's got a different one there. I'll find the zebras now.
Zebra Kevlars on, right? And then there's the zebra Kevlars.
There you go.
And then Screedy became Mr. Zebra.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He had the mud guards and everything.
Yeah, he did.
But I was the first zebra person.
So he stole that.
Yeah, he stole that.
You've done so many firsts, actually, didn't you? To be fair, when you think about it, you did a lot of firsts with levers and all sorts of stuff. Because I remember them. No one forgets them.
First person to get banned for this and that and the other. they're the snow camouflage ones I was on about.
Yeah.
Look at me and Sam. Have you seen the pathetic trophy?
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
That's just Britain all over for you, though. You know, you go to places like Italy, right, to do an open meeting, and the trophies are like dustbins. And like England, you've got a test series, and you've got a piddly little thing like that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's always been like that in England. I don't know why. They're just tight.
Yeah, they do that. We'll take the 20 quid one.
Yeah.
There's a proof of that. Talking about Screeny, there's the old proof of that you used to do that first.
Yeah,
did that first as well. Woo!
And with the zebra leathers on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, do you reckon Screen? So we maybe should do some captions on here. Cause Screen is doing that. I like that zebra look.
It's a good look, that zebra. I might nick that.
Beautiful. Yeah. I love that when you used to put the old head right down, long track style.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that Dino in yellow?
Yeah, it looks like it. Is that Louis red in it and Dino on the inside?
Yeah, it's just Dino. Yeah, you're right.
The old Coventry Finals were pretty special, weren't they? They were like as close as...
Oh. Coventry, British Finals and overseas finals on a Sunday afternoon. Couldn't beat it.
They were beautiful.
10, 15,000 people packed.
Oh, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
Mm.
It used to be great times with them. Yeah. Was that special to you as well?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what I mean? I'm not knocking anybody who won it at Wolverhampton or wherever, but to me, it just didn't seem the same once it went from Coventry.
No, you're right, yeah.
And I rode in quite a few. I did one at Oxford, somewhere else. It just didn't feel the same.
No. It's almost like going to the Cardiff now, wasn't it? It was like that.
Yeah,
it was like,
woo!
That's a better trophy.
It is, but you know that one, the bastards, right? What they do, they give you it, take all the pictures, then they take it back off you and fuck off.
Oh no! What about? At least a year.
Apparently, it's worth that much money that they have to keep it in like a bank vault or something.
Wow, is it?
Yeah.
Must be proper gold on it then, Gary. Is it proper gold on it?
Yeah, I think it is proper gold. Yeah. So they give you it, and I'm like, oh, this will look great on my mantelpiece for a year. And then took it straight back. I was like, bastard.
Jesus Christ. Oh, classic.
Me, Chris, and Mark. DMV. That must have been Germany or something like that, probably. Might have been the '93 World Final.
Oh, was it?
Oh no, because just Louis 17 and he was in the World Final, and 17 would be reserved, wouldn't it? So no, it's not. I don't know where it is. You know?
Ooh, beauty.
That I know exactly where that is. That is at Bidgosh.
Flat out there.
It's a
You,
big
Andy.
gosh, right?
You.
It was a big gosh. It was a pairs qualifier, right?
Okay.
92 World Pairs qualifier. Me and Andy were the pair, and Screeny was reserve.
Mhm.
Right? After my second ride, I just wasn't feeling it. And I said to Bowie, stick Screeny in, honest, I'm not feeling it. He said, sure. I said, 100%. And Screeny was a fucking legend. He cleaned up, then beat Per Johnson from the back in a runoff.
Cool, did he?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I was just saying, look at the Swedish team there, like Rickardson, Per, and Henker as well. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. And so we drew with the Swedes, and Grady passed Per in the runoff. Sensational.
Phil's just said, do you ever see Bradford coming back? Or we see, is it the stock car? I saw the track sort of go in, didn't it? With all that.
A lot of people ask me this. I didn't. No. I can't see it ever coming back. Because people don't understand. They've built where the pits used to be, right? Mm-hmm. They've built a massive hospitality building. Okay.
I saw that. Yeah.
But it sticks out over the track.
Does it?
So if you were to ride at Bradford as it was, you'd be riding underneath a building. If you were riding wide on turns 3 and 4, you'd be riding underneath a building. And they ain't never going to pass that, right? So to me, there's only 2 ways to do it. One is knock down the hospitality building, move it somewhere else. And 2 is to dig into the terracing on turns 1 and 2. Yeah. And move the whole lot that way, like 20 metres.
So it's a massive job, like.
Either way, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
So it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
All right, there's old Stewie there, Lawrence Harris' brother. Avi, you legend. Nice to catch up soon, mate.
Yeah, nice one.
Phil's saying about them Sunbright race jackets looked awesome. You must have quite a few of them ones.
Oh, God, yeah.
Sunbright specials.
You want to know a story about Sunbright as well?
Go on.
Then they were obviously the England team sponsors for quite a few years. Yeah. At the beginning of the 1992 season, they come up with this thing and they said, if a British rider wins the World Championship, we'll give them 10 grand.
Okay.
If a British rider wins the Under-21 Championship, we'll give them 10 grand. If they both do it in the same season, we'll give them 50 between them. Right? I won mine. Matt Loram lost by about half a bike in a run off the fucking Lee Adams.
Oh, I remember that one, yeah. When Adams won it, yeah.
Half a bike length.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And he always says to me, Harry, man, I'm so sorry about that. Don't apologise. At least I got 10k. You got fuck all.
Yeah, exactly. And you were so close to 25. Wow.
Yeah, we were half a bike away from 25.
Jesus Christ.
How bad is that?
Oh, my God. I'm so glad he went on to win the world title like you. Yeah. That might make up for it a little bit, just a bit.
Me too, yeah. He's a good old boy, man. He's one of the proper guys.
I had a nice interview with him on here as well. He's very similar to you, down to earth, says things how they are, and
he's
very nice. Yeah. Norris has put on here. Was it Superstars of Soccer you played in? Something like that. Did you keep in touch with them guys?
It was actually called the Premier League All Stars.
Oh, was it?
Every Premier League team, and believe it or not, Middlesbrough were in the Premier League back then.
Yeah, I remember.
Every Premier League team had to put a team in, and what it comprised of was 3 ex-professionals, 3 so-called celebrities and 3 fans. Okay, so that gave you 9 people, and it was 6 to 5 rolling subs. And it was on every night of the week. It was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think Saturday, and then the final was on Sunday. And they were supposedly going to have it every year, and it was going to be this big thing and all that, right? But I'd read about it in the paper, and I was thinking, man, can you imagine if Middlesbrough's me? That's never wrong. Next thing, I get a phone call.
No way.
And they're trying to explain it to me, and I said, I already know what it is. I'm in. Count me in. And I'll go to this. It used to be the David Beckham Soccer Academy right next to the O2. Knocked it down now. Anyway, you walk in, and I walk into the changing rooms, right, and it's got a red shirt with number 8, Hignett, a red shirt with number 9, Slaven, and then a red shirt with number 6, Havelock, on the back.
Wow.
And I'm walking in a different universe, man. I'm in a different universe. And like, our first game against the Geordies, whacked one in the top corner as well.
Did you?
Yeah. And we ended up winning it. We got all the way through the final. We won it. We won 100 grand for charity.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
was...
And even Middlesbrough Football Club at the Riverside, they put a big night on in our honour, and they presented these big checks to the. We split it up to 2 charities. Presented the checks to the charities and stuff. So yeah, it was.
So that was mega then, mate.
Right up there with the best things I've ever done in my life. Man.
Yeah, because you've always obviously been a big fan of it.
It was fabulous, you know. And you could see our team straight away, the professionals brought us like into the fold. And we were actually a team.
Yeah.
The others were just the celebrities were lads in it and all this and that.
Yeah.
Like, we were a team. And
love it.
Yeah, we won it. It was amazing. Absolutely.
You had some mint years, wasn't it? When it was like, was it Emerson, Merson, Jorginho, and all that, and a few Brazilians, and that it was beautiful, wasn't it?
The weirdest thing though. I shouldn't really say this, but I've got it because I don't give a shit. The semi-finals on the Saturday, right?
Yeah.
You know what else was on the Saturday?
Go on.
The championship, Riders Championship. That's really
oh no.
Nice.
Oh,
and I'm like, fucking hope we get knocked out here. If we get we didn't, did we? We got to the semis, and I was like, do you know what? I could ride in that every year. I can't do this every year. So what I did, I thought, I'm going to be able to play football, but not ride Speedway. I know, hand injury. So I bullshitted it. I did this bullshit that I fell over, right, and sprayed my hand back. There was no way I was going to be able to ride. So I had for the semi and the final, I had a bandage on my right hand.
Oh no!
It was all a load of bollocks.
That's brilliant. Living the dream at Middlesbrough. I love that.
But like I said, that was supposed to be every year. They've never done it again. So we are still the Premier League champions. Whatever it was.
That's brilliant. So it seems that you did the right thing at the time. It seems, in hindsight, it's never happening again. So you couldn't give up.
The mechanic Scott Trin, he was spewing at me. Can't believe you've missed a chance of that. I went, mate, you don't understand. You don't understand.
That's living the dream of that. I love that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's classic. Oh, is it a cheeky one?
Oh, God, fucking hell, yeah. God. And they had with that Premier League All-Stars, they had an after show, an hour after show. It was that comedian, is it Jason Mansford?
Manford, yeah, I know. Yeah, he come to Swindon once, yeah.
It was him. So the night I scored against the Geordies, they asked if I wanted to go on the extra show. I'll go on the extra show I had. So I put my I Love Parmo's Me t-shirt on. There's this meal you can get in Middlesbrough called a Parmo. You can only get it in Middlesbrough, nowhere else.
Yeah,
so I put I Love Parmo's Me on my t-shirt. And then obviously he had to ask me about it. And then I got to explain it.
That's beautiful. I love that. He's
Yeah,
good
did
fun
we
as well.
have a toilet and fag break?
Yeah, you can go do that, mate. Yeah, go do it.
Give me
I'll keep the people on.
3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
Good lad.
They can't leave this. We can't leave this, guys. We can't leave this with the ledge. We can chat between ourselves for a couple of minutes while Javi does that as a quick toilet. Oh, Mr. Stead, how's it going? Good evening, guys. If only we could go back to 97 winning the title. We closed at the end of the season. Very sad. I left it there. I'll bring that back up, Gary, when the other Gary comes back. I remember that. It was a great team, wasn't it? I might even have a picture. Did I have a picture of you in it? So I had a few Bradford ones, but I don't know if that's a bit earlier, isn't it? What's that word? There you go, look, Gary. Beautiful. I knew I had a picture. Look at that. What a team that is. There we go. We'll bring that back when Gary comes back. When Javi comes back, we'll put that up, Gary. Definitely. Good times to reminisce there, isn't it? Yeah, exactly that. Only Javi. I thought, wow, we had a howler with that at the start anyway, so waiting a couple of minutes while he has a toilet, 100%. It's worth it all day long. Lee, can you ask him more about the World Final 92? Yep. See, everyone's been enjoying it. It's one of those, isn't it? It's like such a cool interview that it's like, I try to keep an eye on all your comments. There's been loads. Sorry if I've missed any of them, but there's literally hundreds on there, and I'm trying to go on there and show them a few pictures. And yeah, ask him to turn on the light. We had to do that with Calv the other night, actually. He was like in the light, and then he went in the dark, and he was like, "Oh, shall I turn the light on?" Hopefully, we get. Actually, that's a good shout. We'll ask him to turn the light on. We'll be like, "Abby, turn the light on. Get the floodlights on, Abby. We want to feel like we're at Odsdale." So yeah, his stories are brilliant. It's been great, isn't it, Darren? Still got quite a few photos shown. Got some red car ones, Arena Essex ones. I'll show you guys these while he's not here. Look, Bradford ones. Loved all them. Beautiful.
Back.
Here he is. Just had a nice one come on. Just had Mr. Gary Stead's just come on.
Oh, wicked. Hi,
yes. He's put, good evening, guys. If only we could go back to 97, winning the title. And we closed at the end of the season. Very sad. I loved it there. Best regards.
He's dead right, and that still sticks in my thought, that, because the big plan was we're only closing for 2 years while they upgrade the stadium and all that, and that was all a load of bollocks. The reason they shut down was because they were losing money.
Was it?
And so they shut down, put us all out of a job, claimed loan fees for us for 2 seasons.
No way.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, and that was Bradford. That was best track in the world.
It's beautiful, wasn't it, that track?
Yeah. People didn't think I could do with these.
They have. I've been advertising that everywhere. Yeah. They know.
That would have been about 88 at Bradford. That was Bradford Pits. Wow.
Ooh. Is that Greg or Billy? Is it Greg, I think? Is it Greg?
It's Billy, I think.
Is it?
And I think that's Josh.
Josh Larson, is it?
Josh Larson behind.
Larson,
yeah. Yeah, but I've got a Bradford.
Look at that. Look at that. Love that setup. Love that setup. Many great years at Bradford.
Yeah. Amazing, mate. I was absolutely tearful when it showed.
Yeah, I bet. Got some beautiful ones on there.
Like a second home, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you can do that, Gary, because we can't. But can you turn the light on in that ring or not? Or...
I can turn the light on, yeah.
Thanks, mate. There he is, so we can see the beautiful man. Look.
Hey,
beautiful.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. So, what sort of age were you when you were young, Gary? What sort of age did you think to yourself, look, I can make a career out of Speedway? Was that literally just, I know it was your dream, but was there a certain age you thought, yeah, I can?
When you say make a career, it's weird because people that were making a career out of something, like money is a big factor. Well, with me, money was never the factor. That was irrelevant. I was irrelevant. I just wanted to be the best speed rider in the world. I wanted to be the world champion. So when make a career out of it, as in thinking about money and stuff like that, I never thought about that. You know, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was win the world championship. Didn't want to win the world championship because it paid X amount of money or anything like that. You see what I mean?
Did it take a long time after you won it, Javi, to like? Because obviously that was a dream, and you must have been pretty surreal. And then after, days and weeks after, I was thinking, I am world champion, and I dreamed that. Like, Jesus.
And the days and weeks after, right? We're talking 92. There was no mobile phones, right? And finish a phone call, put the phone down, and it would go, and it would ring again, right? And that went on for about 3 weeks.
Needed a secretary. Is this business or pleasure? Was it good after that, Javi? Did you get a lot of sponsor requests and all that? And did you get? No.
You know what? You know what disappointed me more than anything is the authorities. For years, it had been harping on, if we were funny, we had a world champion. It's cost me shit now, like the Danes are good. If only we had a world champion, we could fill our stadiums again and something new. So I think when I won it, somebody put a microphone under my mouth in the pits, and I said, "This is for British Speedway." What did they do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What did happen in this country?
A world champion there. They could have publicised the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And they did nothing, not a thing. I did quite a few things, but most of them we organised ourselves, me and Phil Lanning and people like that. The authorities did nothing.
So weird. Why do we do that in this country? It's like we build people up and then
build people up, yeah, and then knock them down.
Try and nail them down. Not cool. Tim's just here. Why does it not work out at Eastbourne? And what was Bob Dugard like to ride for?
Firstly, the Eastbourne thing. Obviously, Bradford closed and put me out of a job.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of offers, but I thought, you know what? I'd always gone okay at Eastbourne before, even when I rode to Bradford, even though it was a tight technical track. So I thought, do you know what? It'd be a great home track because not that many people like it. So I'll go there. I'll go there. So that's where I went. And very first meeting, it was a challenge match against Kings Lynn. I was 17, I was 18. And I thought, this is it. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be a dog around here. And then it wasn't. It started getting harder and harder. And just Bob Dugard was just intent on making the starts, the grippiest starts in the world. And like every week he'd put an extra inch of clay on them. And I just couldn't get the full wheel down at the start. And the team was struggling, and I was struggling. And I think it was just a case of I was like last one in, so I was first one out. But you know what? It's one of the best things anyone ever did for me because I got to go to the pool.
Yeah.
So I would have a silver lining. There's no doubt about that. What was Bob like to ride for? Strange. He was like two people. If you socialising with him, like he used to always go to this same restaurant, this steakhouse in Brighton, like Aberdeen Angus sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you like wait for Speedway out with him like that, he was a great guy. You know, fabulous, funny, generous. You know, lots of things. But then at Speedway, he could be a complete and utter lunatic. Do you know what I mean? especially if Eastbourne weren't winning.
Yeah, yeah.
And he actually literally used to try and run people down in his tractor. Riders who hadn't got off the track yet.
I've heard a few stories about him.
No, really, honest. But away from Speedway, and he was a great guy, and Margaret was, and he still is a lovely person.
Yeah, that's nice. A few people have been asking me this about a song. What's this about? I don't know. A few's asked me about this. I don't know about this one.
I've got 500 in my garage if he wants one.
Like that, is it?
Yeah. What it is my best mate's a singer, and
Okay.
after winning the World Final, between us, we decided that we had this fantastic idea that we'd make a record.
It's not got to be as bad as John Davis's one.
Nah, it can't be. But it struggled all the way through that from lack of money, basically. Like this day and age, you can make a song on your phone, and you know what I mean. Okay, yeah. Back then, you had to go to buy studio time and stuff like that. Yeah. So it wasn't as good as it could have been, but I had a go. Another thing on my CV.
I need to check this out because I can't believe I didn't know about that one.
Yeah.
So that's the documentary I've got to check out now, and the song.
True. Our band was called True, TIU.
Ah, that's why they were saying True. I wonder what that was.
That's good for tunes are us.
Oh, I see. Love it. Quite a few people have been. I've spotted that question a few times. I was thinking, what are they on about?
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it out there.
So you can have one, no problem.
Yeah, I'll have to check that.
I've still got a turntable to listen to it. You can have one.
Yeah, I'd love one. Definitely. We'll play it on here before interviews.
I'll throw one in my car, and then whenever we bump into each other next, remind me, oh, you've got that record in your car.
I love it. Right. I got Melanie Kitchen here. She's put so proud of your achievements.
Hello, darling. What are you doing on here?
So proud of your achievements, Gary, and to call you a mate from being kids. Lovely.
Unbelievable. Where I grew up in Yarn, where my mum and dad still live, there was a group of us, probably on any given day, anywhere up to 15 of us. And we all got to like 17 together, started going to pubs together, started going to nightclubs together. And, oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Just knocked me drink all over my phone.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, it's all right, though. And Mel was one of us. She was one of the posse. And unfortunately, the last few times I've seen her have been at funerals. So, I really need to get to see her. Love you, Mel.
Thanks for coming on, Mel. It was nice reminisce there as well.
Let me just go and grab some rags.
Yeah, you carry on. It's all going on tonight. Oh, you ain't rated that phone. You had to change the browsers, what was it, 3 times to get on with the MacBook.
It was a nightmare, honest.
I was going to say, I said I've made you had to change the browsers 3 times to get on the MacBook.
Yeah, I did. I downloaded Google Chrome and that didn't work.
Nightmare. Now
I downloaded Firefox and that didn't work.
Jesus
and finally, I downloaded Opera and that worked.
Now we've had a drink in the phone.
Now I've knocked a full pint of orange juice all over me phone.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's everywhere. Get in there.
It's not dripping into every orifice everywhere, is it?
Like, where my phone was, like a little table, and it's got underneath, it's got like a shelf underneath, which I keep all my bits and bobs on, and all my bits and bobs are covered. But hey ho.
Everyone's, we've definitely entertained everyone anyway.
Worst things happen in the world, Lee, all the time.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
No use crying over spilled juice.
Literally. Jesus.
Right.
Oh, nightmare. So your time at Paul as well, obviously.
Oh, Paul. Like, I don't know what it was about the place, but instantly we both just hit it off, you know. and I had like 4 and a half best years of my career there, definitely. You know, obviously when I first went there in '98 after Eastbourne sacked me, Matt was actually the team sponsor. He had some hairdressing shops called Hair Arena.
Yeah.
And so in 1998, Poole were the Poole Hair Arena Pirates.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so then I got to know Matt for the time I rode there, and then I kept in touch with him at the end of the season. And then he rings me one day and says, I'm thinking of buying the club. And I went, and it was at the time when Speedway was as bad as it is now.
Yeah.
And I said, mate, you're absolutely out of your mind. Don't do it. I tried to talk him out of it.
Did you?
Yeah. And luckily, he never listened to me. Thank God.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my first full year there was Matt's first year, obviously with Matt and Mike Golden. So and what he did, rewind a bit. So my first meeting for Poole in '98 at Poole were bottom of the league. There was about 600 people in the stadium. Right?
Yeah.
Matt bought it in the winter, signed the team that he signed, and then about a week before press day, he had us all come down Poole, paid for us all to come down Poole, put us up for all week, which gave us all a chance to get to know each other, obviously. What we did during the day, we split up into teams and we'd go around schools, showing videos and telling them, offering them, giving them tickets and all sorts of shit. Press day, there was over 3,000 people there.
Bloody hell. Wow.
And that was the beginning of the Matt dynasty empire.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
But it just shows that if there's too many people in this sport, right, who shouldn't be allowed to be called a promoter. Because they don't promote it in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Some do. Some do. But some of them just put a sandwich board out, walk to the track, and Speedway tonight, and that's it.
What about your time at Arena? What was that like?
That was actually all right. Yeah, it was Ronnie Russell. I got all good with Ronnie. He was like a big, lovable bear. Nobody had a bad word for him, really, And he absolutely loved his Speedway.
Yeah, proper passionate. Yeah.
I think it cost him a lot. I think it cost him big time, Having to sell like houses and things like that, and all, bad things because of how much money he was losing. But he just kept doing it because he just loved it.
Mental.
And I can't knock anyone like who does that. To me, it's amazing,
Yeah.
Really amazing. It was a track that when I was young, I didn't mind. When I was 17, I won a meeting there called the National League Grand Slam. So it was the second tier, and it was like 3 or 4 riders from each club, and you had, I think it was 3 qualifying races, or 4, I can't remember. And then there was 2 8-man, 8-lap semi-finals, and then an 8-man, 10-lap final. And this was 1986. I was 17. Coming out of the second corner in my semi-final, I was last out of 8. Coming out of the second corner, within about 2 laps, I was first.
Pulling moves, baby.
And you know what? It's the one fucking race that I cannot find it anywhere.
No.
I've searched for it everywhere and I just can't find it. And then it started raining, didn't it, in the final? So I had Gordon Kennett was winning it for like 5 laps, and I was all over him like a rash. I put a full new roll off. You know, you roll off. Put a full new one in. I was pulling. And just as I got past him down the back straight, I just got past him, pulled my roll off, and stopped there.
No.
I rode like the last 3 laps with like one eye.
Nightmare.
It's all right, I won it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Ellie's just said about, she said, how are you coping with the pain now?
Not great, Ellie, to be honest. I've, all it is, I take strong opiate tablets because the nerve pain is that bad, right? But I've been taking these tablets for 10 years now. And what these imbeciles that the doctors don't realise is that your body builds up a tolerance to anything you do, be it alcohol, be it cigarettes, be it glue sniffing. Body builds up a tolerance. So the relief I was getting from the tablets in 2013 to now, it's completely different. But there's been a massive problem, right? Because in the late 90s in America, there was a company called Purdue Pharma, and they invented this new drug called oxycodone, right? Which is just synthetic morphine. And they would come out with this big spiel that it wasn't addictive and it wasn't this and it wasn't that. And so in America, they were giving it to everyone and anyone. You twisted your ankle. Why have some oxycodone? The stuff's twice as strong as morphine, right?
Jesus Christ.
They were getting people hooked, right? And then there was a massive thing. So they stopped giving it. And all these people ended up going, like, buying heroin and stuff like that. And, like, there's massive shit going on about it. Lawsuits, the full lot. The doctors over here are now shitting themselves. And people like me get the shit end of the stick, you know? So my doctor said, no chance, there's absolutely not a chance ever that I'll prescribe you any more morphine, right? My sister took me to see this private pain bloke, 300 quid it was, right? Mm-hmm. And he wrote this thing, wrote to the doctor. Oh, and the doctor upped it then.
Jesus, because you've got to pay for something to have done.
Because I've gone private,
yeah. It's usual, isn't it?
It's like, what the fuck, right? But
it's mental.
But so yeah, they upped it a little bit, and that little bit has helped massively because now I get so I get pain relief 3 times a day. So I can wake up in the morning, take the tablets, and I'll get relief anywhere from 2 to sort of 4 hours, right? And then before, all I had was my nighttime tablets, so day, morning, and night. And sometimes I was in agony by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm going to wait till like 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock at night, right? Jesus. So now I've got an extra portion. So if I'm in pain at 1 o'clock, I can take another batch.
Yeah. And
that gets me through to 5, 6 o'clock. Then I take my nighttime ones, and that just about gets me through. So it's improved. It has improved a little bit. I'd say about 10 to 15% is better. Yeah. It's nowhere near ideal. But,
no.
I'm starting to think of going down the line of getting it chopped off, to be honest.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. How mad does that sound? But
yeah, I know.
Like,
got that pain every day. It must be.
Yeah, I'm not under any illusion that getting it chopped off would necessarily help me with the pain, because it wouldn't. It might, but it probably won't. Because nerve pain's nerve pain. And where the pain's done is in your brain, not in your
That's it, yeah.
It's like I'm carrying a log around with me everywhere I go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like just draining, yeah.
Yeah, just sick of it. But I think myself, but no, Marlock, I'll do that, and then some kind of invent something that would have fixed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you do so, you're on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you sort of make sure.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, but this is what it is.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Norris was totally embarrassed how Eastbourne treated you, but so freaking happy how it turned out that you, Matt, Midlow, and Paul deserve nothing less. Surreal hearing how British Speedway treated you as well. Kind of rubber stamped my opinions on our sport.
You got it. You got it, Chloe. I wasn't. You know what? When John Cook rang me up to sack me, I mean, he didn't even give me any warning. There was no notice on it. There was no like, look, we're doing shit. Unless we improve, we're going to need to make changes. And it might be you. So, you know, you've got a couple of weeks to put your finger on. None of that. Just rang me up. You're sacked. It just happened to be on the same day that one of my best friends died.
Sure.
So I'll never forget that day. Ever. And Jesus. I was like, I've never been sacked before. And I was like, I didn't know how to feel, but
yeah. It's a bit emotional, isn't it?
Like Flop said, you know, something bad can happen and something good can come out of it because it did. And Paul is like my second home, you know.
Yeah.
So many friends there. It's just, yeah, it's great. And that would never have happened if Eastbourne hadn't sacked me.
Yeah.
You know?
Good times with when you went, obviously, red car?
The red, yeah, it was. Again, like not being a team manager, not ever dropping down the leagues was ever a thing of mine. I was trying to go out rather than the top league, you know?
Yeah.
It was only because of the way it happened with it being red car and stuff like that. So Chris Van Stratton rang me up and asked me if I'd go and turn the first sod at the ground, you know, because they've done the deal with the council.
Yeah,
it was definitely happening. So they had all the press there and that, and it was literally like a tip, you know. And I had to like put one foot on a spade and like looking at having pictures stuff and all that. And then Chris said, "Oh, come back to so and so. We've got some refreshments and that." So and then we were there. And he said, "Can I have a word?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And he said, "I don't think this will happen. Certainly not properly without you involved." I was like, "Right." I was like, "Oh, that's big." I said, because I'd always planned to never drop down. And I took a couple of weeks to actually even think about it, you know. And then you know what? I thought, so what if I've dropped down? It's like going the full circle, starting in Middlesbrough and ending in Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
You know, I had five good years there. Enjoyable. Like the first couple of years was great. I remember the first years, it's like going to all these different tracks again that I hadn't been to for years. There was the odd shit one, but you know, on the all, it was good. It was like, oh, this track, I made this track. And I think probably because I've been world champion, people were happy to see me, even other teams.
Other teams happy to see you come,
Yeah, like happy at stadiums. And then like go up and tell me off. So, yeah, of course, you know me. Yeah, and that was good. It was great first couple of years going around and seeing all the new tracks. Like that. Yeah, really
quite refreshing almost. Yeah.
Because I got to the stage where if you rode for Arena Essex, you raced against Eastbourne like 5 times a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
do your head in after a bit.
Yeah, if you rode for Wolverhampton, you rode against Coventry 5 times a year. You no teams, hardly. But then you dropped down into the lower league, and it was like, I think it was like 40 or 15 teams back then.
Yeah,
And,
it was proper.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you enjoy Did you enjoy the GPs?
What, racing in them?
Yeah.
I would say no on the whole. You know why?
Yeah.
Because, as usual, our powers that be not only did they not help us, they actually fucked us. Because they said, everyone's riding these lay down by itself, fucking expensive. The engines cost £8 and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
You know what? We're not going to have them. Too expensive. Because not everyone will be able to afford them, right? Yeah. So I had to ride a fucking upright 3 times a week in England. And then on the weekend, go and get on a lay down that I'd never ridden because I couldn't ride it in England. Yeah. And try and be successful. It's a nightmare, it was. Nightmare. And then the second year, they allowed them in England, and I had a decent start. I think I was about 4th or 5th. I think I won the B final in the second one, which was at Lonigo. And I think I was about 4th or 5th overall, but then I crashed a pole and brought it back. So then I didn't ride again all season. And normally when people get out injured, like they put them back in, don't they? Give them wild card. This mug doesn't fit, unfortunately.
It's because you're too honest.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Nah, well.
Yeah, exactly. Just stick to your own morals.
Yeah.
What about riding abroad, Harry? Did you like Poland, Sweden? Did you enjoy riding?
Yeah, I love riding abroad. Yeah. I liked Sweden because all the tracks were what I call safe. So they were all big-ish. They were all really wide. They had really good fences, even like as good, if not better, than an air fence. You know what I mean? The way they were designed. So I always enjoyed that, and I always enjoyed Poland because of the intensity. You know, first time I rode in Poland, right? This is a true story. I rode started for Gorzow, right? And we were my first meeting was a home meeting against Torren. And at the time, Torren had Henk Gustafsson and Per Jonsson, right? And I got paid 10 for 5. And I was like, all happy with myself on that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like I got changed and that, Scott Leather, and I was like, right, I'll go and get on. Back then you got paid cash, you know what I mean? Right? So I got me into the office. Next thing I got this. What the fuck was that? Finger in my chest.
No way.
What? That performance. You only got 10 points. Henk Gustafsson and Per Jonsson both got maximums, and we lost. It's all your fault. We fucking pay you to get maximums to beat these people so that we don't lose it, and you haven't done that. So it's your fault. Your fault was lost. And I was just like,
shit. Jesus, welcome to Poland.
Oh, okay, all right. This is what Poland's like. Yeah,
wow.
That's what it's like. Don't know if it still is, but yeah.
We've sort of seen them. We've sort of seen them, haven't we? Have like riders in the teams, and they've got squads, and they just drop riders like.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. That was mental. What?
I can't tell you that story. I was going to tell you a story, but I can't tell you.
All right, no worries. What do you think about the whole? Because obviously, like it went down to they only let you go in one other league, don't they? Like Poland called the shots of only letting the rider ride in Sweden or.
I think it's shit. But B, I'm impressed that Poland have got to such a fucking such a thing that they can do that.
Stadiums.
They can demand
fans.
That, right? Yeah. We're not even in the same universe, never mind ballpark, right? And the only time we're ever going to get to that is to concentrate on our road and bring up our own product and get our own good riders up, and and then if we could get to the stage where we're offering the same amount of money that the polecats are offering, then we'd get some of that power back. But I can't see that happening for a long time, me.
Well, hey,
Boise! How you doing, brother?
Boise! What a
man he is. What a man. What a boy.
Love to get you on, Craig. You have to get love to get you on an interview one night. It'd be awesome.
Boise would do it for you, definitely.
Yeah, I love Boise. Love to watch him when he come to Swindon as well. He did a year at Swindon after that one-off World Final '94. I think he come to Swindon '95.
Well, I'd always known Boise, but it was always like all right, mate, he's going past. You know what I mean? So obviously, that the year and a half pull that I spent with him, got to know him really well, and he's proper guy.
Yeah, love to get him on. That'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Was you ever interested? Was you interested in the technical side of the bikes, Javi? Was you interested in the engines and all that, and like to do them?
Yeah, who was I talking to? I was talking to someone about this the other day. I think it was with mate Davey Pye. There's 3 levels, right, of Speedway rider technical issues. I'm going to try to explain that to you, okay? So number 1 is the guy who knows absolutely fuck all. Just gets it off the engine tuner, bolts it in and rides it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Takes it out, gives it back the engine tuner, bolts it in and rides it, right? You've then got the guy who has quite a bit of knowledge about his bike and his engine, and how internal combustion engines work, what sort of things to change for what, and this, that, and the other, right? But either don't necessarily want to or feel they're capable of doing the full job, right? Because to do the full job properly, to set up, if you decided tomorrow that you wanted to be a Speedway engine servicer, you'd have to spend in excess of 30 grand straight away.
Yeah. Just
to have the right tools to be able to do the job.
Machinery and that, yeah.
So you've got the odd person who knows everything about it, like your Thomas Gollop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Gollop used to stand the bike up in the pits and knock the cam, change the cam timing during a fucking GP. By eye. Tapping the fucking cam round. I'm doing the 4-hour case, tapping it round. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Right? So to me, the guy who doesn't know anything and the guy who knows too much are both a problem.
Yeah.
We really need that guy in the middle who understands what's happening with the bike, who can relay to his engine tuner what the bike's doing.
Yeah.
And and I like to think that I was that guy, the guy in the middle.
Ideal, because like you're saying as well, like I remember Thomas Gollop, like at the pits, he was changing bikes like confetti when he like Jesus Christ, like 3 or 4.
I'll tell you a story about Thomas Gollop, right? And the guy told me the story, right? Yeah. Remember a guy called, well, I'm sure you will remember him, Carl Blumfeld.
Oh yeah.
He was, first of all, he turned up on his show first with a Canadian guy called Randy Green, who rode from Bradford. So I first met Carl then. Then Carl stayed and he ended up working with Sam quite a bit.
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
And then he was doing his own kit. And then at some stage, I don't know when it was, Tony Carson went to him and said to him, how much to just do my engines and not do anybody else's engines at all? I want you as my full-time engineer. And whatever the deal was done. So Carl was now Tony Carson's engine tuner.
Okay, yeah.
Only tuned engines, Tony. And then this went on for a couple of 3 years, and I think Tony won at least 2 world championships, right?
That time, yeah.
And then 1 year, Gollop must have got to fucking Carl and said, however much I want you to do for me what you've been doing for him. And Carl's like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm loyal and this and the other. And I heard he said it was either name your price or I'll pay you 3 times what he's paying you.
Holy shit.
Right? So for 1 year,
Yeah.
Carl went and worked for Gollum. Right? Carl's told me this story. He said he's been working on his engine for a couple of days, right? Gets it all together now. And the plan was when they're doing engines, right, he'd put it in the boot of his car and go on the track. At the track, the mechanics would be there with the rolling chassis. He'd get the engine out. So he'd get the engine out, give the mechanics, they'd bolt it all in, warm it up. Right, as they're warming it up, Thomas arrives in his 100 grand Merc. Right? Gets on the bike, puts it on, gets on the bike, right? Carl said he rode on the track, he went, rum, 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 he said he dropped the clutch, went about 3 meters, pulled the clutch in, rode back around the pitch, got off the bike, took his helmet off, and said, take it out, it's shit.
Jesus.
Carl said I could have wrapped the fucking tyre lever around his head. Take it out, it's shit.
Jesus. No way.
Yeah.
He just done literally a start, that's it. He was like, no.
Well, not even a start.
No.
Like
He just rode it like, yeah.
Full clutch in. Take it out, it's shit.
That's brilliant. He was like that at the GP, wasn't he? Like, he'd do like a practice start on one of them bikes, and he was like, another one. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
You almost like psych yourself out, don't you? Because you're overthinking it all so much.
He must have talked himself out of it more times than he talked himself into it.
Oh, look, we got another.
I don't know what happened that year he won it, because he was amazing, wasn't he, that year?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And, like, he had all them years where he talked himself out of it. He had that one amazing year, and then he was back to fucking talking himself out of it again.
Fucking mental. He must have been playing something.
He would have been world champion if he'd have been able to, get his shit together in his head.
Yeah. He must have been out thinking himself so many times.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Got Dean Barker's just come on as well. Another.
Dino!
Yeah, another Eastbourne Peach. Another Peach from Eastbourne. He's put, again, Avi, make me laugh, top bloke, shit hot rider, 92 was unstoppable.
He's a good lad, Dave. I used to stop with Dave when I stayed down at Eastbourne when I was riding there. Always looked after me, didn't you, kid?
Love to get him on as well. I have asked him about coming on as well.
Dino, get yourself on there, mate.
Yeah, and Norris.
Yeah.
And Floppy.
Dino and Floppy together, that would be a
cool, yeah.
proper double act, wouldn't it?
It would. Oh, and there's Boyce just put, love it, Dino. Hope you're rocking. God, all the boys are on tonight and loving this.
Yeah. What is it, Aussie?
I was going to say, what is the time? Is it? Yeah, it would be. Yeah, probably is. Yeah. What a thing to wake up to us. Imagine. Did you have any superstitions, Javi, when you rode? Did you have any weird and wonderful things?
No. When I was sort of 16, 17, I felt myself starting to develop superstitions, right? So I literally knocked it out on myself.
Yeah.
Because I thought that can lead you down some fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So what the only thing of superstition I would say I would do, right? I'd go to the meeting. I always had my goggle box. I always had at least 3 sets of goggles in. Yeah. At the beginning of the meeting, all 3 would be ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'd get the top one out, put it on. If I won the race, I'd keep wearing them goggles.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
But if I won 2 races with them, and then 3rd race didn't win, lob them, get the next pair.
It's mad, isn't it? Some of the things we do.
That was about as much as superstition as I ever had, because I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole of having to wave at every magpie and say, "Hello, Mr. Magpie, how are you?"
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, same as the Gollum bike thing. It drove you mad, isn't it?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
I'm going to ask this one because this is a cool one. I wanted to ask this one. Was what riders over the year were your favourite to team ride with? First of all, like club teammates, favourite to team ride with, and then for your country as well. Obviously, a lot of test matches then.
Club, me and Sean Wilson always rode well together. Although he'd make me friggin' pick. If we won the toss at Bradford,
There you go.
because back in them days, the number ones were on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah. They have a choice.
So if I won the toss at Bradford, he'd make me pick 2 and 4 because he wanted 4. 4 was really good. So I'd have to make the gate on Hans Nielsen or Ed Gunnarsson or somebody hit off on the inside of me on a regular basis.
He made you into a gator.
We rode well together. I tell you, one of the me and Screeney always rode well together. But the first tour that I did in Australia, it was so it was at the end of the 87 season, so it was 87-88 winter in Australia. That was the last official England touring team to go and ride test matches in Australia. We had 7 test matches. We beat them 5-2, and it should have been 6-1 because they fucking cheated in the first one. Right? But me and Peter Carr were paired together, and we were.
Peter Carr, yeah, he was a good rider as well. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. We had a plan. Like if we weren't first and second, right, and I was in front of him, what I'd do, I'd ride right up high on one corner and let him come past me, and then all I'd do was sit on his back wheel and follow him where he went. Because guaranteed before the end of the race, he dive bombed somebody, took him out to the fence, and because I'm following him, I've got through the gap as well.
Yeah, happy days. Happy days.
Yeah, we were really good together, me and Peter Carr.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it, how you click sometimes with some riders. Yeah.
I mean, some people can't team ride. Some people are dreadful. I mean, team riding is a dying art anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't want them taking you out.
Even in the fucking Speedway of Nations, they weren't fucking team riding, were there? Some of them?
No. It's even more important because you could just get an old 3-3. It's now a winning one, isn't it? It's like you win the race if you get there.
Yeah.
You guys would have found that easy. Rogers, what did Javi think of the recent British final nonsense?
Well, nonsense as in what they decided to do.
Yeah, I gather that's what you mean.
I actually thought that was a great idea. Because you couldn't.
Not a lot they could do, is there?
Couldn't go and count back because not everybody had met everybody, right?
Yeah.
The kid won the British final and didn't get a chance to go to Cardiff.
Yeah.
Why not? Right? And then you can have a proper British final later on in the year where everyone gets 5 rides. And if they want, they could do that for next year's Cardiff. I don't know. That's up to them. But what I think is good out of it is that Adam gets a chance to ride at Cardiff, which he didn't get, and he deserved to get because he won the British Championship fair and square, the lad.
Yeah,
and all the other riders were happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 guys who were on 8 points were all happy with that. So to me, that was not a problem. Not a problem for me. It's good.
Because, like you said, we won a proper British champion as well. So I'm glad they're rerunning the meeting.
Everyone goes, gets 5 rides again. Hopefully, it'll be dry and you know, whether it's got next year's Cardiff or not, that's not up to me to decide. But you know.
Plus, whatever they did, they were damned if they did and damned if they didn't, or whatever they did. So, especially with social media now, as you know, Jesus.
Well, that's exactly what I said. Why I wouldn't be a rider at this day and age if I had the chance.
No, exactly that. Did you prefer to be part of a team, or did you enjoy the individual stuff more, or did you like the same?
I love team. I love being in a team. It's quite lonely, the individual stuff, but being in a team is great because back in our day, we were all travelling as well, so we'd be like, I'd have like 3 teams. You know what I mean? Flight to Sweden, a different lot of teammates, and then flight to Poland, different lot of teammates. Everywhere I went, I was in the team. It was great. You know.
You like part of that? Yeah, Rogers even said that's the first sensible and rational answer.
I think, right?
Yeah.
With the exception of Redcar the first time around, I've been captain of every other team that I've ridden on, including England.
Beautiful. Matches, but did you ever get asked to race grass track again, especially having Joe Screen and Lorana as teammates who were superb on grass?
Many times, yes. Grass track and long track. When I was back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I was good at Speedway, grass track was massive in Germany. And I remember Calvin Tatum and Wiggy and that would miss test matches to go and ride in Germany. And I'm like, what, WTF? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd pay to ride for England. And my problem with it was, though, right, to get set up to do it properly, you need to spend probably 25 grand, 2 bikes and all the kit, right? B is more than 4 in a race usually, it's around 8. And C, if you have a crash at Speedway, you can get injured. Lots of people get injured at Speedway. I've got injured at Speedway. Yeah. But a lot of times you have a crash at Speedway and you get up. Right? Well, when you're doing 100 miles an hour and the other straight long track, you have a crash, you ain't getting up.
No.
And there's fucking 7 other lunatics coming who might run you over.
Yeah, very true.
So for those 3 reasons, I always turn them down. I got offered some massive money as well when I was like world champion and that. I was just like, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, we've got darts royalty on as well. Scott.
Scotty, how you doing, brother?
Hey. How's it going, Scott?
I don't know whether you've noticed or not, but Scott does the commentary on the pool streaming.
Wow, does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does a mint job as well.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah.
Not just the arrows then.
No, he absolutely loves the sport.
Yeah, I knew he loves Speedway.
Very knowledgeable as well.
I like that. Love that.
Me too.
Oh, that's an interesting question. What makes a great team captain? After you said that, look. Havelock.
Yeah, I think you've got to be unselfish. I think you need to be like strong-willed. So you're not afraid to speak out. You need to. If you're a captain, you're a leader, you need to speak for your men. Sometimes you need to stick up for your men. And I guess them sort of things. Really.
Definitely would do that, wouldn't you? Did you ever try any other motorsports, Javi? Did you did you try any motocross, any of that stuff?
You would laugh, but
God.
In 1992 when I was world champion, me and Simon Wigg got invited to Donington Park to take part in the Motorcycle News Christmas shootout.
Okay.
Right? So they've got top trials riders, top motocross riders, top road racers, top enduro riders, and me and Wiggy, right? And so we've got to do road racing, trials, and motocross all in one day.
Mm-hmm.
The road racing, what they did, you went out in pairs, but they set one off, and then another one 30 seconds behind. So as I was getting on mine, I said to someone, who's that behind me? They said, he's a trials rider. I thought, trials rider, fuck this all, that's right. I got going on the road bike. Next thing, this fucking trials rider goes past. He only lives on this trials rider. He only lives on the Isle of Man, and he's like road bike.
Oh no, he done TT stuff.
And me and Wiggy obviously were second last because. But one of the interesting things was several other top riders said to us, "Thank fuck there isn't a speedway track here, because you are nuts."
Yeah. A lot of the all the other motorcycle things say that about the speedway, don't they?
Yeah, and that was quite one of them moments. You know what I mean? Like world champions and British champions and that saying that we hit the way mad.
Yeah. You're like, I think the brakes thing freaks them out straight away, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's why I was shit on the road racing, wasn't I? I was going there's a corner coming up here, something like shut off before it coursed up to it, rather than getting there and jamming the brakes on.
Brake hard, yeah.
But you're not used to braking. Simple as that.
That's brilliant. Someone's just said to me, did you get on with Kenny Carter, Gary?
To be honest, I don't really know Kenny.
No, it's a bit like...
I only knew him to say hello to probably 2 or 3 times before he did what he did. And then, obviously, I then signed number 8 for Bradford. And I did a number of meetings for them in 1986 when I was still riding at Redcar, the old Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And obviously that number 8 I did riding for them led to me obviously signing for them the year after being there 10 years.
Cool. Who was your biggest influence in your career, would you say? Obviously, I imagine your dad must be.
Dad, yeah, my dad.
Is he the biggest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, when I started doing competitive racing, you'd see people who, looking back now, the kid clearly would rather have been anywhere else on the fucking earth than riding on this bike. And he's shit. He's coming in, his fucking dad screaming and shouting at him. Some of them even like giving him a bat around the head.
Yeah.
For doing shit. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, pushy fathers or what? Like, now, my father was a pushy father, but it was fine for me because I wanted pushing, I needed pushing. I pushed myself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So with a lot of father-son things, it doesn't work.
No.
And you know, with me and my dad, got our ups and downs over the years.
I'm sure,
we're still good now. I see him all the time.
That's nice. Is he all good? Is he all right?
No, he's had a few bad years. He's got a disease called Bell's palsy, where like his face goes funny. Then he had a stroke, and then he had bowel cancer. So he's a bit old and decrepit at the moment, but my mum's looking after him, and we look after him. So
he must have been seriously proud of all your achievements as well.
Oh, I'd like to think so. He's never told me.
That's the northern thing.
He's old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He never told me he loves me.
There they are.
Every single time, without fail, without a shadow of a doubt, that my kids walk away from me, that's all I love them. Because you just never fucking know, do you?
Same here, mate. Yeah, 100%.
You never fucking know.
No, you don't. No, you're right. Frank's put, did you ride any other tracks than Vojens in Denmark? I'm sure you rode.
Yeah. I rode Slangerup. I rode Edgeburg. I rode 2 that are similar names, and I always get mixed up. But one was like an English track. It was like smallish and had red shale, and it was beautiful. I can't remember what it's called. But I rode there as well. I only rode about 4 or 5 tracks in Denmark.
Yeah. Scott's bringing up. We had that conversation earlier, Scott. Still missing out at Wimborne Road on the World Team Cup with GP. Jesus.
You know what pisses me off the most, even more than poor Midlothian, right? Is Lee Richardson's kids should have 2 gold medals to look at. Yeah. They don't. They only have 1. That's what fuck gets me.
Oh yeah, being involved in it. I think anyone that was just watching it was devastated still, let alone being involved in it, racing in it.
It was fucking hard to take.
Yeah, for a while. I don't think Hans Andersen was very popular with everyone for quite a while.
I love the Peterborough track. I love the Peterborough track, funnily enough, when I went and did 2 seasons there, Matt was absolutely as good as gold with me, because at the end of the season, at the end of 2002, he said to me, Avi, I'm thinking of going in a different way in the team next year, and I don't know if I can fit you in. Right now, I couldn't promise that I could fit you in. He said, it's up to you. If you want to hang around and wait to see if I can fit you in, all well and good. He said, but if you feel like you can get somewhere else and move on, do that. And I'd always wanted to ride at Peterborough because it was one of my favourite tracks. And they got in touch, and I was just like, yeah, straight away, yeah, I'll do it, no problem. And I had 2 great years there as well.
Can wind it on around there a bit, can't you?
Wow, yeah.
Did you ever? Was there any other clubs that nearly signed you or tried? Did Swindon try to sign you?
I don't remember that. I do remember when I was after my first season when I was 16. So going into the 1986 season, Edinburgh tried to sign me.
How did they?
They pretty much offered me like double the amount of money what Middlesbrough were offering me. And like a fucking dummy, I stayed at Middlesbrough.
Doing the loyal thing.
So that was about the biggest one, yeah.
That's you there, isn't it? Oh, that's you there, isn't it? Because you won the British Under-21 as well, didn't you? And the it was called the European then, was it? But it was the World Under-21 as well.
Yes. So in 1986, when I was 17, I won the British Under-21 Championship. And in 1987, when I was 18, I won the World Under-21 Championship. But it was called the European Under-21 Championship. The year after I won it, it changed its name, exactly to competition. Because if it was European when I did it, there was Yanks and Aussies and all sorts in it, you know?
Yeah.
But,
I just asked that, Kevin. Just asked that.
I won it as Ilona Gora in Poland.
Yeah.
And Sean Wilson came third. So imagine the party we had.
Cool, yeah. Jesus. You two boys. I just asked that, Kevin. The answer, don't think so. Yeah. Bummer. Because you rode well at Swindon as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. I like
winning as we know, Premier League, Elite League, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Well, we'll just ask a couple more because we've been on. Well, now we've had a great time. We're going to have to do another one as well, have you? One of my favourites of all time, without a doubt.
It's 11 o'clock. Yeah, we will definitely have to do another one.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I really appreciate you coming on, mate. We'll have to definitely do another one. This has been one of my favourite. I've been lucky enough to speak to some severe legends, world champions, motocrossers and all that, but you are, definitely one of my favourites, 100%. Much love.
Mate, them words are beautiful, mate. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
No, from the bottom of my heart, I mean that, buddy. You are a totally class guy, 100%. Love to meet you personally one day, hopefully.
Definitely, man. Definitely, yeah.
Top man. I hope your phone's all right.
Your phone's all right, yeah. Luckily, it had a case on it, and I took it to bits. And it's
right, brilliant. Now we know that this is the max setup with that, so we'll know we'll be all right next time.
Exactly. I've got Opera on my back book, so I'm laughing now.
Well, sweet. Much appreciated, Javi. Much love to you, buddy.
Thanks
Top man.
Great questions as always, man.
Yeah, lots of fans on. Been awesome.
Keep up the good work, man. You're doing a great job. A lot of people I talk to bring up your podcasts and that. So
no way.
Yeah, you're definitely doing a good job, mate. You're definitely doing a good job.
Oh, top man. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you. From you, that means a lot. Top man. Thanks, sir. Hopefully see you even at Cardiff. Might even see you at Cardiff.
Maybe. Who knows?
Much love, Javi. Much love, mate. Cheers, buddy. Top man.
Cheers, everybody.
Legend. Thank you, mate. Much love. What a ledge. Javi. Yes, what a man. That was worth waiting for, wasn't it? We don't mind waiting 30, 40 minutes for Javi to come on. Lots of legends on tonight. Hopefully you can get hold of Craig Boyce and stuff. That would be awesome to get him on. Love to do that. I loved it when he came and did the year at Swindon. I'm sure it was 95 because I remember he was in the runoff for the world title in 94 and then he come to Swindon 95. It was a very good number one for us. Love to get Boyce on. As we've seen, Norris has been on, Barker, all these boys. Love to get all these guys on. Hopefully at some point. Bit of persuasion here and there, hopefully. What a night. That's worth sweating out for all day long. Javi, what a man he is. Like I said, I've been well privileged and super lucky to get some amazing, so many riders I loved, all the eras really. But Javi has got to be right up there with one of my favourite ones. Talk such a down-to-earth guy, innit? You wouldn't even know he's been a world champion or anything like that. He's got no hairs or graces. He's an amazing guy, isn't he? Such a shame he's having the pain of still well, that nerve injury as well. Even though myself, even from just taking morphine with some kidney stones and things like that, is a horrible thing. And he's doing that like on a daily basis. It's not good. Yeah, exactly that, Scott. Thanks for coming on as well, buddy. Proper darts legend on as well. We're being spoilt. Hopefully, I'll try and come down to Poole as well for the end of the year as well. That'd be cool. Because I did do a random trip there last year, and I think it was because we've had no Swindon obviously for now 2 or 3 years. I randomly went to Poole. I think it was the only Speedway I did last year. Went to Poole once. I think it was in the playoffs. I think it was a playoffs, obviously at Poole. I did come down. Yeah, kidney stones, mate. Not had a good 12 months of all that, but sounds like Javi. It's the trouble, isn't it, with all those guys that rode motocross and Speedway and all. It's afterwards, isn't it, is the problem. Don't mind at the time when you're still enjoying it all and all that, but we're super fit as well at the time, but not now. Yeah, awesome, wasn't it, buddy, with him? I knew it was going to be priceless anyway. It's Javi, just like you said, says it how it is. Unfortunately, just how the world works, that the authorities of anything don't like too much honesty and things like that, people being straight. But honestly, how cool is that, mate? Oh, what a guy. Thanks very much for coming on again, Darren. All the way from New Zealand. Look, it goes crazy how these lives, I'm well worth doing these lives that they get to go all out or over, and especially as like you said, you can record these for life, so no one can ever take these away from me. They're all locked in on my YouTube and all saved. Even the one I did with Gary, just me and him on our own on Skype about a year or year and a half ago, whatever it was ago. That was cool as well, and I've got them all saved on YouTube. Thank the Lord. Never gets old. So cool. Thanks very much, Boise. Love to get hold of you. I'll try and message you on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm under Lee Ashby, and I'll try and message you if possible. Even try and, I don't know if we're friends on here. I'll probably try to stalk you at some point, I'm sure. Let's have a look and see if I can get, if we see. Oh, look, come on, Craig. There you go. There's been a friend's request. I'm not sure when I sent that. Hopefully you can accept it. I told you I'd probably stalk you at some point. Look, cancel request. So I have sent a request. Actually, I'll undo it now. Look, I'll send a fresh request. So hopefully I can get a live acceptance from Mr. Boyce. Would be cool. And I have to message you at some point, Craig, and it'd be awesome to get you on. Another one as well, Mr. Stead has been on tonight. Definitely, I've spoke to him about doing an interview as well. That'd be cool. Hopefully we can sort one out. Can we get a live approval, Javi? That'd make sorry, Javi, voice. Things like that make my day, night, week. Speaking to all you guys, seeing all these people coming on, all the fans, all the riders as well. Oh, gotta love it, gotta love it. Who's up for a cold shower now? Anyone seen the old Daytona, the old Daytonas? Look at that. Even the smell's still there. I think these were my Uncle Martin Ashby's. I think Dad might have wore them as well in them sort of like them meetings they did after. Those ones that Brigo put on and all that. Dad even broke his ankle with a flipping one of them at Swindon. 67 winning team versus All Stars. Dad winning the All Stars. Even broke his leg on the. He was the only one that could fit into some levers. Dad was still pretty fit at the time. Bloody typical. I was there on the centre green. Couldn't believe it. I think Frank Shooter. I think he's gone now, bless him. And Brigo come off in the pit bend first lap, and bike fell him down, and he had nowhere to go. Thanks, Dean. Awesome to see you on as well. Hopefully, sure I've messaged you before as well. Sorry about that, mate. I don't want to pester you guys too much, but I won't give up though either. So I'm sort of sorry and not sorry. Darcy Ward interview was excellent. You did. Thanks, mate. Yeah, that was mint, wasn't it? Surprised. I tried to. I've spoke to Nicky Pedersen quite a few times, but he did go in all in on Nicky, didn't he? Darcy, bless him. That was classic. Yes, Pete Monday as well. Yeah. So I think that comeback meeting was the last time Dad rode, so he broke his leg. I want to say, actually, I think Dean rode that night. I'm sure it was 1988. It was 1988. The 1967 Robbins team. So we had my Uncle Martin, Bob Kilby, Broadbank, I think was riding, and all that was riding for the 67 team. And then my dad rode in the just all-star team. There was a Robin, but he wasn't in the 67 team anyway, so he was like in the all-star team. And I'm sure they had like, I don't know if it was like an under-16s or young Brit Stars race. Do you remember that, Dean, if he still hasn't got off? But I'm sure when I saw the coverage, I'm sure Dean might have even in it. I'm sure it was, because I remember there was a few of the Eastbourne guys when they were really young. I'm talking like 16. Yeah, a lot of love between Darcy and Nicky. That was funny. Oh, Nicky's at Cardiff, is he? Interesting. Yeah, I'm just pretty excited, to be honest. Like I said, I've only been once, ever. So, and then my man, Mr. Kev Wheeler, he got us me a ticket for my birthday in February. So I was like, whoa, I didn't even thought about going to Cardiff. And he sent it to me, and I was like, whoa. But what a 3 nights. Calvin Tatum. I've got to think of my nights now. Calvin Tatum on Tuesday night. That was awesome. Calvin was a great laugh as well, which was cool. Last night, Chris Morton. Tonight, Javi. Gotta love it. Yeah, that's it, mate. It was like it was a Brigo meeting. It was the 67 Robins winning team against the North Stars, but then they had like this I'm sure it was like a set of like 3 or 4 races you had during the meeting, saying like Youngs, Brit Stars, something like that. I'm sure you were in it. Oh, the missus has just said that tomorrow's Laney's night. She's sick of the interviews. 3 on the trot. Well, we haven't done many for a while, so and I always pay for this StreamYard all the time. I did it for months and didn't do many for months. After my meeting in April, I was like, meltdown after that. I needed recovery time. It's craziness. 400 riders. I did all the booking in personally. It was madness. So I have sort of disappeared off the radar for a bit. But yeah, we've done a few lately. Done some mad motocross ones as well with American legends. Ron Lachine, that was mad. Talon Voland. But yeah, to do these 3 British legends on 3 nights on the trot was pretty cool, wasn't it? Just a little idea. I thought, it'd be nice if we could get 3 British riders or a few British interviews leading up to Cardiff. Everyone's more than excited, I'm sure, for Cardiff. It's been 2 years without it, so there's my Friday night sorted. So yeah, just about sorting out how we're going to go there to Cardiff now with the flipping train strikes. Typical. That just been literally cheeky little walk to the train station, an hour's trip on the train, and you was outside the stadium. Unbelievable. Bummer. But hopefully get to bump into some of these guys. Hopefully I'll get to bump into some of the riders I've got to interview. Would be nice. I definitely know Barney's going to be there, so I'm definitely going to get a selfie with him. Looks like he's got more selfie sticks, and he said he's going to give me one. I see him in the picture earlier with about 5 or 6 in his hand. He put up on the screen. He goes, you might as well have one. Classic. I can't touch that man with selfies. He's too good. I said I was going to give him a run for his money at Cardiff, but that was a joke, Barney. I'll never compete with that. Although I had a good go at the British Motocross Grand Prix when I went there and did photography 2021. Jesus. That was unbelievable. It's mental legends. I got Harry Everts, Hurlins, went into the truck with Geyser in the factory Honda rider and got to interview him. That was crazy. I was sweating like I am now. So I was doing photography the next minute and I was going into his private truck and it was like, shit, 3 times world champion. I was sweating out. Hi, Tim, trying to play cool. Yeah, I got some salve at Graham Noyce. I got loads of salvers that day. Jackie Martins, former 500cc world champion. Like I said, Harry Everts, Stefan Everts' dad. There was loads. Oh, Joel Smets, I did a mint interview with, 4-time world champion. Did selfies galore there. Do you know what? We've been thinking about this, Phil. We've done these 2 massive motocross meetings. Like I said, got some spear riders there: Andy Graham, Chris Lewis, Paul Lee, Robbie Kessler. Some of the guys will come in road in the Legends thing and that on the 2 big reunions we've done last September and April just gone. We've got another meeting in October. Bradley Wilson Dean's going to come and race. He is actually racing. Got a meeting at the end of October in Bromsbury in Gloucester called the Champion of Champions. We're bringing that back, a bit of old school from back in the day. I used to race in some of them in the 90s, motocross. But we'll be doing a reunion again next year as well. Calvin's obviously already rides motocross quite a bit, and he said he's going to try and come next year to reunion. But yeah, we have talked about something like that. No idea how I'd go about doing that, to be honest. But Kevin was literally talking to me about it the other day, my partner, what we do the meetings, and he was saying, like, can't we do something to do with Speedway? A lot of get a lot of interest with the interviews and stuff. It'd be cool to do a meeting at Speedway. I just said to him, it's the weather thing. You need to be in Cardiff Stadium, so you guarantee it's going to be on if you do an event. But yeah, we have definitely been thinking about something like that, Phil. Well, so that was quite cool you mentioned that, because we have definitely been thinking about that. I'd love to let a lot of these guys I speak to on here, even the guys I've seen on tonight, if like guys want to have a ride round, that type of thing, almost like a Golden Greats thing, like Brigos and them used to do. Something like that would just be nice. You never know. Not easy times out there, is there, with Speedway and all that? But yeah, some tracks you can rent out. Yeah, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Wonder what options are out there to do that. But I would like to do something like that. It would be pretty cool. Almost like one of them meetings where we can just have a reminisce and there's nothing, no pressures on it. Almost like that's why I did the Legends group at the motocross. They go out there. There weren't even races, that they were going out for 2 or 3 sessions a day in between races, just going out there having a ride around, and people could reminisce, seeing all the legends out there and stuff like that. It'd just be cool. Do you know what I mean? Maybe just like a fun day thing. Maybe you could have like little match race things on if some of the guys wanted to race or fit enough to race, that type of thing. But more of a little festival stroke reunion speedways or something. Yeah, there's a few ideas, isn't there? I wouldn't mind doing something like that. That would make my life as well. I said it made my life. I've said it makes my life every time I do an interview as well. Just making my life all the time. So many interviews that have made my life, and I've got them all recorded on here. You can't take them away. Thank God. And like I said, I never thought that was a pure pipe dream to do a motocross meeting. I said, did a live video at Fox Hill, famous motocross track up by where I live, and did a live video on it and didn't have a clue what I was doing on it. That was when I first ever started talking about this reunion, like pure pipe dream. And then a couple of years later, doing that first reunion motocross meeting, getting some Speedway guys there and all that, it was like Ronnie Corries and people like that come and watched. And as you can imagine, I was like tripping out. Like a little kid in the sweet shop type of thing, pretty much like I am every time I come on here and speak to any of the riders. I paid for Courtney to come race New Zealand Veteran Championship when he won in 2009. Got his number if you want it. I can ask him. Yes, I've done a few interviews with Kurt. He is, he's at the vets thing. The vets thing at the end of this month is literally in my hometown, Swindon, Darren, Fox Hill. So I'll be there as well. So I know Dave Thorpe, another one I've done a few interviews with. He was my first motocross hero when I went to Farley Castle and watched him in '89 in the 500 Grand Prix. I was 12 years old, and that was my first year I started motocross myself. So to get to speak to Dave Thorpe, madness. He's doing a book signing as well at the end of the month. I see Peter Collins is bringing his book out, saw in the Speedway Star. So hopefully get to do his interview, because I literally crapped my pants once I got his home number and rang him up about doing an interview, and he said he would, but he was going to get his book out, and so it's been quite a while. It's been about a year or so since I made that call. So hopefully, once his book's out and sorted, I can get him on as well. It would be pretty cool. Definitely be a plan. Yeah, exactly. Would be really good, wouldn't it? Thanks, Matt, for coming on, buddy. I think you said that you were going to Cardiff. Hopefully, get to say hello. Fist bumps, cuddles, fist bumps, all that. There's so many people I speak to on social media that I've not met. Be cool to hopefully meet a few people that I speak to a lot on the social medias and through these interviews and stuff. Could you wrangle an interview with Roxon at the World Supercross in Cardiff? We haven't actually got a competition on for this as well, by the way. We're doing. You can message me. We're doing like a competition, only 100 numbers. And the competition is 2 VIP tickets to this Cardiff Supercross in October. You've got all the legends, all the reigning Supercross champion, Eli Tomac, Roxon, even got the Brits mixed in now, Max Anstey and a few other guys, but some proper, like you wouldn't never believe they'd be coming over here. So it's going to be madness at Cardiff in October, I believe it is. It's the beginning of October. So we're doing a competition for that. 2 VIP tickets, which they're like worth 500 quid. It's really expensive. But you get to meet some of the riders and stuff like that with the VIP thing. See it practice that's not open to the public, stuff like that. And we got a double room booked for the night after because it's a Saturday night. And then we've got a double room booked in a hotel right next to the stadium. 2 double beds for that as well. So yeah, people can message me for tickets on that. I'm already doing it. I've done about nearly half of them already, and then I do a live draw as soon as they're all sold. And it's 20 quid to get involved. So let me know if you want to get involved in that, because that is going to be mint for sure. So yeah, I would love to interview Roxon. I'll even do it in German. Just kidding. Darren Thorpe, Gavors, Job, Nicol, Miller, legends. Yeah, definitely, mate. Obviously, bless Joe Bay died, didn't he? And Gabors as well. That was horrendous. I'm sure he drowned, didn't he? Trying to save a pet or doing something like that. Imagine that. Like, couldn't believe it, could you? All the things he'd done in his life. World 125, World 250, World 500 champion, Gabors. Unbelievable. Crazy. Joe Bay, I would have loved to have done him. Those two would have definitely been 2 I would have chased. Obviously, Malherbe as well had that big accident. Such a shame as well. No worries, James. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's been a crazy few nights, eh? I'm definitely going for a cold shower after this. Proper hairdo and all that. Oh, I've been sweating out. This, you can tell what this is like. I brought some ice packs up thinking as soon as I put a picture on it, I'll be able to do that as late as like. It was hot before having even got on and sorted out his MacBook. Thanks, Darren. So I'll see you guys all soon. Finally, Castle 89. Yeah, that's it, mate. That's exactly when I went to. I was 12 years old. First one I've seen, big race, and started racing motocross that year at 12 years old. And so 4P was obviously my first hero. So get, like I said, to speak to him. I see him now and he say hello and I'm like, oh my God. Don't never get old. Saw him at Fox Hill, the British Championship, met him a couple of other times personally. That was awesome. Yeah, pretty cool. 3 times world champion, 500cc champion, isn't he? I know he likes his Speedway as well. I think he's popped down. I've seen him on his Facebook. Dave Thorpe was down with his dad's a proper legend as well, and proper mechanic he was. They go to Plymouth and things like that, because I've seen him posting pictures in the crowd. Thorpe saying Speedway tonight. So I know he comes from down Devon way, so I think they go down to Plymouth and things like that. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Yes, and it's going to be hot racing and hot temperatures, isn't it? And it's supposed to be like 32, 33 degrees. I'm not cut out for all this. I said to Jimmy Nielsen the other night, he messaged and said, so, and I said to him, Jesus, Jimmy, I think I should have been born in Sweden or something. Bit cooler weather. I prefer the cooler stuff. You won't catch me moaning in the winter. It's cold and nice. I like it all like that. Can warm up, but I think, but you can't never cool down, is my saying. So yeah, speak to you all soon. I'm going to be at Cardiff. Hopefully, we've got to sort out how we're getting there now, because we were going to like have a few drinks and try and hopefully get to meet some Speedway legends. Hopefully, get to meet a lot of fans that we spoke to on here that have supported and come on for a load of these interviews. There's the old boiler. We've always got to leave it with the old man comment that we always say. The old Ashby Levers, look. Everyone remembers them, the old Swindon fans. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Definitely stuck with me with that when Dad said that before he died. Bless him. And he used to say that quite a lot in the last few years. Bless him. Definitely Javi's one of them, isn't he? It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. But yeah, in the almost of the Speedway family is all cool in it, and like some of the things that got said on Abbey tonight, and I said to him when he said he's not decided if he's going yet, and he hasn't got anywhere to stay yet, or how he's going yet. So nice how people will just be like, yeah, come and stay with us, come and do that. That's a proper family, like a Speedway thing. It's nice. They have that in motocross as well. I'm not sure if that's like that in the modern era of it so much now. I'm not sure, but in general, both is cool for that. It's nice. So speak to you all soon. Hopefully, I'll keep you all on social media, keep you in touch with everything. Motocross Spear Memories. It'd be really cool if people could subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. People can go on there in their own time and check out all these videos. I really appreciate if anyone shares any posts or anything so that people can get involved in my Facebook group and page. Be appreciated if people, you can even invite people into the group, friends and family that like motocross and speedway, and that'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully get it all out there. If you guys share it, more people get to see it and don't get to miss these sort of things, because there's so many mad ones now on my YouTube channel. It's a grave shame if fans don't get to see some of these. So it's just about getting out there really, and hopefully people get to see it all. That's what it's all about. Reminiscing, like today is always a memory tomorrow, isn't it? So everyone likes to reminisce the memories. Yeah, roll on the winter, Phil. Can't wait for a cold night. Love fresh nights and dark. I don't like all this too late at night stuff. I prefer darker nights as well. I think I'm some sort of weird vampire guy. Hey, it's Laney always says to me I come alive at night time, but not in the normal times. But anyway, yeah. Speak to you all soon. Ciao all. Hopefully meet some of you at Cardiff. Take it all easy. Thank you very much for all your questions as well. I had like 40 or 30, 40 I think I had in front of me, but you guys had it all covered and just went with all your guys. Like I said, if we've got the same questions as me, go with you guys, quote with the fans. It's perfect, isn't it? So much appreciate everyone to come on all these 3 nights. I will keep you all up together. Like I said, I'll organise some more motocross and speedway ones. Get Cardiff out of the way, and then we'll get looking who we can chase up. And like I said, if you can share on my social media stuff and all that, it'd be appreciated. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free to do so. Check out any one in your own times, which is always cool to do. You know, everyone's busy, so it's nice to be able to just whip on the old YouTube when you fancy it. Got some downtime. Check them out. See you all soon. Cheers. Ciao. Cold shower incoming.